Hello and welcome to another episode of the Audio Roast Podcast. I'm your host, Jared Isaacs. How's everybody doing out there today? So, I just want to say at the top of the show, like I do every week, thanks to last week's guest, we had a great Father's Day episode with my dad and our good friend Russ Fratty. Thanks to both of them for making the trip up here to the big city of Springfield and being on the show for what was a record episode. And thanks to everybody for tuning in and watching that. Um, we covered everything from the year 1966 in the world of rock. Um, Next week, I'll go ahead and give you a spoiler alert of what you can expect. Next week, believe it or not, it's already the 4th of July. The summer we're at our halfway mark. So we're going to do a little celebration of the 4th of July in Americana, if you will. And to help me do so, I'm going to have Justin Larkin of Mood Ring Circus join me, as well as Tom Hembry from Eye Candy LED. So next week should be a really fun show. This week, today, we've got a lot of fun stuff going on. This is our first time here at the Audio Roast Podcast going country. So if you're a country music lover, be sure to say so in the comments so we can see you. And for those of you who have watched the show before, you know that we play games and we discuss and interview people and stuff. And this week we're going to do something a little bit different with one of our games. One of our games isn't going to be just for the two guests to play. It's actually going to be also for two of you. So at a later point in this podcast, I'm going to throw up something for you to see on screen. And if you want to play the game with us, just follow the directions on the screen. So taking care of some more business. As I said last week, we are officially on all of the different streaming device platforms and stuff for YouTube and Facebook, of course, for the videos, our live streams. Also on social media on Instagram and Twitter. And you can get the audio-only version of the shows on iTunes, Google Podcasts. It's no longer Google Play. That still messes with me. Stitcher and Podbean. And, of course, you can email us with anything that you have questions or concerns about at theaudioroastpodcast@gmail.com. Another new thing this week is at the end of each show from now on, I'm going to be putting up on the Audio Roast Podcast Spotify account a playlist featuring the day's playlist of songs, sort of say. So like the set list, all the songs and stuff that we talk about, discuss, have trivia about, that kind of thing. You can find that whole playlist if you enjoy the show and you want kind of a companion piece for it. That's a great way to check out what all we had to offer on that day's show. So that wraps up all the business end of things. If you're watching from your mobile device or your tablet tonight, and you get a pop-up notification that says to turn on notifications for the Audio Roast Podcast, please hit yes, and so that way you have a reminder each week that we go live. So that's it. Today's podcast is like a mullet. It's business in the front and party in the back. So now we've got all the business done. Let's go party in the back. So we'll be back right after this, and we'll introduce today's guest. So stick around.
Musicians, do your shows need that extra layer of fun and excitement? Wow your fans with next-level production. Let Sunset Productions help you up your game. We can create custom and unique sound, lighting, and video packages designed just for you and your budget. Let's work together and give our community the shows they deserve. Contact Jared Isaacs and check us out on Facebook and Instagram. Sunset Productions. Don't be a jukebox, be an experience.
Okay, so I want to welcome our first guest, Mr. Todd Beam. How's it going, Todd?
Good. How are you, man?
Doing well. Thanks for being here for me. So a little bit of behind the scenes for you. Obviously, it's been advertised that Aaron Powell was going to be on, but scheduling conflicts and stuff, my lack of receptionist skills kicked into high gear, so wires got crossed, and it was my fault. So, Todd, a special thank you for being here tonight. Dropping everything at the drop of a hat kind of thing, at the drop of a cowboy hat, if you will.
to be here with us. So thank you for that.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Very cool. Very cool. Also, let's go ahead and welcome Mr. Johnny Cross. Johnny, how's it going, man?
Hey, how are you, man?
Good. Doing well. Doing well. Thanks for being here as well.
No problem.
So normally I'm going to be totally honest about this. Normally I have a whole list of questions and stuff, and today I don't because I know you both. And I want to share my knowledge with some of the people that are watching. And there's also still questions that for as long as I've known you guys, especially you, Johnny, questions that I've had that I've just never even said, hey, what's up with this? How did this happen? So today we're going to answer all those.
That'll be interesting because I don't think I've ever been in that scenario where somebody's asking me questions about me before.
True. I mean, the three of us were usually the quote unquote behind the scenes guys, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, and it's weird because being, in the community the way that we are, I think people make a lot of assumptions about who we are and what we are based on perceptions that they get from the internet that aren't really, a lot of times aren't really true. You know what I mean? So.
Can you elaborate on that? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, especially like within the dating scene, there's a lot of people make assumptions because we're out partying all the time.
Gotcha.
We're
Yes.
at bars and stuff like that.
Right.
That's all we do, and it's easy to perceive it that way because that's what we do. We promote a good time. We promote a party and stuff like that. And so
Yes.
what ends up happening is people don't realize that that's like 5% of our total life. And we've got another 95% that we live, and like half the time I'm in bed watching TV petting a blind chihuahua,
Right.
and I'm really talking about a dog when I say that. So it's like, that's not quite as sexy as, when somebody's coming up wanting to take selfies with me, and there are a couple of hot girls and you're just like, yeah, that's not,
Right. Yeah, no, I get that. You're right.
Women
though.
all the time will be like, I couldn't even date him. Like, there's all these women and stuff. It's like, God, I wish.
Right. No, I get that. It's anytime you work in kind of the nightlife industry,
Yeah.
it's easy to get a instant bad rap for being a party guy or having no responsibility or anything.
Well, and I am a party guy.
Sure. When the time's right.
Right, but like it's like anything else, It's like I don't go home and run through my house half naked, going woo, and-
For sure. Okay, so let's I tell you what, let's start at the beginning. Tell me about Cross Entertainment and how that got started.
Well, I mean, it started back in about probably 96, 97, something in that general vicinity. Okay. I was already doing a lot of karaoke back then, like, out at various venues. Karaoke was a whole different monster at that time than it is now. But I came across somebody who had a little portable Fender Passport PA system, and it was like a giant suitcase is what it was. It had the speakers clipped onto the side, and it had the amps in the middle and everything like that. And then so I started doing weddings and stuff, playing music at people, mostly friends and relatives and, acquaintances, that type of
So
thing.
did you get started in this because you were a karaoke goer yourself? Did you go out and do karaoke at other places and think, man, I could do this? Or
It was probably, well, I mean, the karaoke side of Cross Entertainment didn't happen until much, much later.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
That didn't, I kind of farted around with that whole, friends and acquaintances, weddings and things for the better part of 10, 11, 12 years, something like that. And then I managed a construction supply company here in town, and when the housing market took a crap, I ended up it was kind of a long story, but I ended up quitting my job largely so that a good friend of mine didn't lose his job. And then I had a lawn service that I was doing part-time at that point. And so I went out and started doing the lawn service thing for, 2.5 years or something like that. And then I got really, really tired of doing that after
Gotcha.
2.5 years.
Sure.
I was out mowing until 10 o'clock at night, with the lights on my mower. And it just like, it's fun at first, and it's like casual. 'Cause
You have
working
no
for
boss.
yourself.
Yeah.
Right. And then all of a sudden it was just like, God, this really sucks. And it's the same thing every day, all the time. And, and then I started running around out doing karaoke more and more. And I came across Austin Kittleman. who
Okay,
was
yep.
doing Arcade Productions karaoke out at Dennis's place.
Yep.
And,
I'm quite familiar.
we, and of course, when I drink, I get loud and boisterous, and and I would crack Austin up. So finally, one day he was like, "Hey, man, 'cause he wasn't 21 yet, but he would get this bar tab every night at Dennis's,
Right.
To help pay for. He would give it away, as incentive shots
Uh-huh.
and stuff like that, kind of make people feel welcome to the bar and
Sure.
that kind of thing.
Loosen people up, get the party going. Yeah.
So he was like, "Man, I get $50 a night for that benefit, but I can't drink."
Right.
And he's like, and I kind of get sick and tired of trying to find somebody to buy shots for. And he's like, when you get drunk, you're hilarious. You crack me up. And he's like, what I want to do is give you a microphone and then just interact with me, and then
Really?
and then see what happens. And 2-3 months later, man, it was like the crowds got bigger and people were having a good time.
So he wasn't the only one that liked you drunk.
Right.
So kind of what year was this? Do you remember? Like about?
That's 2008, I think.
Okay. Yep.
I think it was the end of.
That's
2008.
right on target for what I was assuming.
So we were doing that. I don't know what he's writing over there.
He said, "Help! He's being held against his will."
He is, I told him when he crawled in there, he's like, "You better not have to pee." But yeah, so it's like, we did that for a little while, and then he started getting venues, like other venues, wanting us to do karaoke in there and stuff. So we sort of teamed up. I had my part of Cross Entertainment, and he had his part of Arcade Productions, and we did that for a couple years, and really changed the way people were doing karaoke in Springfield or anywhere really, because we've
Big time.
had tons of people go all over the country.
How long did you and Austin work together then? Few months, few years.
Well, several years.
Right.
I mean, we it's 2020 now.
I know, right? Man,
God. I mean, I was 70.
got to use
pounds-
fingers and toes.
That was 70 pounds ago.
I mean, you guys are working together several years.
Yeah, we had been
When I
working together
first
for a couple,
met
3
you,
years
yeah.
when we met you over at Southbound. That's what I was fixing to get to. We started doing these other venues, and then we came across Todd one night out at Southbound, and he, kind of how I warmed on to Todd, or I warmed on to Austin. Todd warmed on to us. We
Gotcha.
were like, we really like when that dude talks. So the next thing you know, we had a microphone in his hand, and then. And then
Very
we
cool.
had.
So was this whenever it was actually Southbound, or was it Challengers or Roadhouse?
It was what Roadhouse?
Roadhouse
Yeah.
at the
Okay,
time.
so yeah,
Yeah. The old Roadhouse.
Yep.
It was Southbound.
Yep.
Yeah. Now.
Yeah, no, that's cool. And I know that the reason I asked Johnny why kind of where that time frame is because that's whenever I made the transition from being a drummer into a singer, was because I was a hairstylist for over 16 years, and I had a client that would come in all the time. Jared, you got to come out with the girls, and we're gonna go karaoke and yada yada. I'm like, I don't karaoke. I'm in a band.
I'm in a
I'm in a band. I'm better than
Well,
that.
I mean, I remember you. I don't know if you and I had met at that point. I think we had met somewhere.
I'm wanting to say that we met, but
But
we'd
you
never
s-
it was like kind of an in passing, like, hey, I know you, and
Yeah.
you, hey, you, I know, that kind of thing. But yeah,
You
we'd
came
never
and
actually.
played at Steps in
Yes.
the parking lot.
Yes. So,
Got the cops called.
oh yeah, and there's a lot of good
Oh,
meat
yeah.
on that bone.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so long story short, I had that client that was like, hey, come out and do karaoke. And so finally I'm like, God, just, leave me alone. So I decided to go out, and of course she's, like she should have been a vacuum salesman or something, because I no more than walked in the door and she's like, hey, guess what? Pay $5 and you could be in the you can enter in the karaoke contest or whatever that Austin was doing at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, I don't know what to, I don't even know. I haven't even gotten my first beer yet. I don't even know what to sing, let alone entering some contest. So, really long story short, I've got a lot of people on here that already know the story, so I don't want to bore them with it. But that's whenever I paid my $5, sang Black Dog, made it through into the quarterfinals or whatever, and sang a few more songs, whatever. And the final night came, and I did Civil War by Guns N' Roses. And it was like so much. You talk about the the writing being on the wall for me owning my own production company. I had like my own curtain kind of thing, had
Yeah.
costume changes, the whole thing. Brought
Yeah.
my own wireless mic that looked just like Axel's,
Yep.
et cetera, et cetera. So I win, I get $1,000, and everybody afterwards is like, "Man, great job! What band do you sing for?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't sing for any band. I play drums." And they're like, "Why?"
Yeah.
So then-
that's cool that you tell that story because I totally had forgotten that. But
Yeah.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
You tell it.
So then I, after a few days of kind of thinking about that and hearing, such rave reviews, which, by the way, I wouldn't want to listen to myself in 2007 try to sing anyway. But, so I thought, well, I'm kind of up for a new challenge kind of thing anyway at that point.
Right.
So I went up to Hoover Music and just looked at the cork board to see who was advertising, and it was like frontman wanted, and I'm like, oh, frontman instead of singer, I'm in.
Right.
Because if I don't have the vocal chops, at least I can entertain, just like what you're talking about, get drunk and have a good time on the mic and bring people into your party kind of thing.
I
So
remember being impressed whenever you played out at Stepchild because the production that you put on was like, I was like, what the? So we're playing in a parking
you're
lot.
like, do you realize you're in a parking lot, buddy?
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
also you had like TVs. You had, like, all
Yes.
that shit.
Oh yeah.
And I
So
was
much
sitting there
production.
going, but I was like, if I was gonna front a band and play in a band, that's what I would do. you know?
Exactly.
And I was
If it's
so
at your
like,
disposal, you use it.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
for sure. Except for the fact that we flipped the power breaker like 2 or 3 times, and then
Yep.
the cops came and were like,
Yep.
screw it, we're good. We had fun trying. So
it was a good night. I mean,
it was a lot of fun.
One
That
of
was-
the ones that I remember the best, really.
Well, that's good. That's good. So, okay, so now let's bring Todd back into the situation. So you're like going down to Southbound or Roadhouse at the time, I guess, and then
Roadhouse, yeah.
Todd, were you already doing kind of the same thing, or were you just like a bystander when Johnny would come in?
I was.
He was normal. He
Yeah.
was more
I just had like a
than-
normal job. I was selling cars
We
or something.
completely
at the time.
fucking ruined his life.
And, yeah, and I've always played instruments and wrote music and stuff, and so I didn't like the idea of karaoke at all. I thought,
Yeah.
I was like,
Kind of look down at it.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I play my own instruments. Like, why do I need to sing to these tracks?
Right.
And but I met Johnny and Austin, and I was like, man, these guys are so much fun, and I kept hanging out with them, and we'd I'd go to the different bars that they were working at and everything. Well, I guess it started off with I was just tearing down and setting up sound systems for them at different places because it paid really well, and I didn't have to
Do a whole lot.
do it. Like,
Right.
I'm
yeah.
not. I don't really like being in the center of attention or anything. Like another thing where people think that we're,
Right.
someone that we're not.
You got
Like,
into karaoke
right.
just so you could sing, and you could sing however often you want.
Yeah.
Whenever. Well,
Yeah,
but that goes to shit too, because
Uh,
you got to keep your customers happy, so you end up
Right.
not singing near as much as you would.
Yeah.
You would if you were there just as being a customer.
True.
Yeah,
Sure.
so I was never really like looking forward to doing it or getting into it or anything like that. I was just setting up and tearing down these giant sound systems of Austin's at the time because
Yeah.
we do like Electric Cowboy and stuff, and
Gotcha.
I mean, it was one of those things that it would take me 4 hours to go set up these giant systems and projectors and
Right.
everything,
Wow.
and
That's dedication,
like,
by the way. I mean,
yeah.
all that for karaoke. That's
Oh, yeah.
I've streamlined
Yeah.
the system.
it also used to
what
pay,
we do with time,
it
right?
used to
We
pay
get
a
older and
lot
we get
better,
wiser.
So
Well, I mean, the equipment got more affordable and smaller, and
Yeah.
back
Everything was
then
powered
we
and-
had amps and just shit everywhere.
Well, and
now we
over
have powered
time,
speakers.
we accumulate so much, and then we're like, we don't need all this, so we sell it and then just get a nice little
Right.
something out of it.
I've
Yeah.
got a garage full of crap we haven't used in 2-3 years.
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
lot of the
it's-
old passive stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. So anyway, I went for a really long time without doing any shows, and I was totally happy with that, and like I was making really good money just setting up and tearing down sound systems, and I think my very first show ever was at like Mixology or something, where
Yeah.
Austin's dad was
Uh-huh.
managing or something, and they needed someone to do, I don't know, some Tuesday night or some random thing, and so I started, and then after that, it went from
Well, that's where we
one
started.
night
The
to
Kings of Karaoke was at Mixology.
yeah, and then I was working at every bar that we were working at, and started getting my own shows, and now I've worked at 90% of the bars in town, I'd say, and
Yeah.
We threw a big ass party at Mixology. Like Austin's dad had bought it and was trying to like do something with it.
Mhm.
And so it was me and Todd and Austin and Brian. We were sitting around trying to figure out a way to help promote the bar, so we ended up throwing this big bash and called it the Kings of Karaoke Bash, and we ended up packing that place assholes to elbows.
Right.
We were supposed to be guest bartenders and ended up having to actually pour drinks because so many people showed up.
Dang.
And there was this guy, what was his name? Was a photographer showed up. He ended up showing up to a few of our events, but he showed up and took pictures of like everybody there, and then he posted them online or gave them to us. But he had edited them and then put the Kings of Karaoke down at the bottom.
Oh, cool.
And then mix,
Yeah.
The logo for Mixology. And we started sharing those, and like before you knew it, like everybody's profile pic
Marketing.
was
Yes.
those
Yeah.
photos, and I mean all over Facebook.
they were like, I mean, just the cool, like, especially at
They
that
looked like
time,
Vegas.
there wasn't a bunch of that kind of editing back then,
Yeah.
Right.
either, and it was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and as a musician, it's commonplace to like do a show and then you go on Facebook or whatever the next day and you see like 100 pictures of yourself, and that's cool.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I really
I
appreciate
couldn't believe
that.
how
But
it just like a brush fire. It just it was
right,
everywhere.
but I've never seen that for karaoke, so that's
Right.
amazing
Yeah.
because those people need. I mean, there's so many diamonds in the rough kind of thing.
Right.
It's like some people just go there to have a good time, and that's all. that's where they fit.
Yeah.
And
And
some
then-
people go there because maybe they're trying to work in their reps or that kind of thing. And it's like, man, I wish everybody could hear this person sing. And so that's cool for them to be able to, like you said, if they enjoy the picture and stuff or the experience enough to make it their profile picture, then boom, that's instant.
Well, it was shortly after that we started because we also filmed the whole party.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were going to create. I had the idea to create a reality TV show called The Kings of Karaoke, and that's what we were going to do is show like us doing shows and after behind the scenes stuff, because when we all got together and hung out and nobody else was around, we were fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the best years of my life, honestly, out of all my years in life, is hanging out with Austin and Todd and
Yeah.
and Brian and all the stuff that we used to do together, the late nights at the restaurants and stuff like that. After the show was over, we'd all be sitting around, having a good time. And it was probably the best.
it was way more of a different kind of it was like our version of like a rock star lifestyle.
Yes.
Just
Absolutely.
just from what we were doing.
exactly
and,
right.
I mean, it wasn't something that we were shooting for, going after, but it was just one of those things. That
It happened.
We
Yeah.
might as
Yeah,
well
so.
catch this on video, And honestly, it's weird enough that we don't really have hardly any of that footage. But
Huh.
we actually ended up having a production company take it over. They worked on the Chrome Shop Mafia show out of Joplin. And then they came to one of my DJs one night at a show and was like, "Hey, we've got this idea," and he was like, "Well, it's weird you said that because the guy that owns the company has the same idea, and we've already kind of been doing that." So we got together and started talking to him, and we shot for like a year. But one of the guys that was one of the main, parts of that ended up screwing the whole thing up.
Yeah.
He just blew it, because 80% of our footage had him in it, and then he just bailed right when we had
Jeez.
everything we needed to sell the pilot or the concept to the network. We couldn't use hardly any of it.
Jeez,
At
yeah.
first they were going to reshoot and all that stuff, but we had over a year in it, and they finally were just like, they just disappeared, And I
Right.
thought about redoing it and footing the bill and getting it, and going back at it for us, but then it just was like, I think we kind of were starting to hit that wall where we didn't want to party every night.
Yes.
We didn't want to be out 4 or 5 nights a week, rocking it. It just was starting to get to be a little bit too much. And that's kind of what it took, to do that. So,
Yeah, it was a lot different than anything that we do now. It's
Right. Yeah.
now it's like 1 o'clock and the fucking lights go out. We're home in 15 minutes, fucking curled
Yep.
up in bed watching TV or whatever the hell.
Yep. With your blind chihuahua.
Well, like, well, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. No, you guys, I've always, wanted to give you both kudos, for the brand that you've both built, and worked hard together to build.
Oh, absolutely.
I worked with Todd a year or two ago whenever there was a new club here in town that opened up.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, because I had worked with them, since I own my own production company and stuff, I hung up all the lights and did a full install with sound and the whole thing. And they're like, hey, do you do karaoke? And I'm like, well, it's something I've kind of thought about venturing into, but at the same time, like my plate is so full with doing bands and stuff, I don't really have the time to jump into that venture head first.
Yeah.
And I said, but let me tell you somebody that does. And it was like instantly, like I felt like you guys were a good fit for them and stuff. Todd, I know you worked your rear end off, trying to get people in there and stuff. And it was, honestly, it's a hard sell. That was way up on the north side, kind of out of nowhere and that kind of thing. So,
Well, I can tell you, Todd, like the only, a giant percentage of the success I've had over the last 6 or 7 years for sure is Todd.
Yeah.
And how hard he works. He's
100%. 100%.
I've just always, a lot of people talk about, how much I've advertised and,
I've seen you
marketing
advertise.
and stuff,
I've seen you
and-
advertise more than even the bars themselves will
Yeah.
advertise.
And-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just because in the very beginning, when I was starting off or whatever, I was wanting people to come to my shows and,
Mhm.
and see what it was like or whatever. And that was just something that kind of became a habit and got ingrained in me to,
Yes.
if I have a show that night, to get on Facebook and
Well, and if you don't want to sit there by yourself the whole night, yeah.
yeah.
So,
So
we
you know,
don't
and-
we don't market ourselves as a marketing company because we don't want that expectation.
Right.
But-
Right.
But we're a marketing company.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
that's
sure.
what we
Anybody
do.
that's in business needs to be a marketing company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the psychology. I mean, I think Todd and I both have a really fundamental understanding of the psychology of a crowd, what people want, what people expect, and that type of thing. What we do is a production, no different than anything else. Like,
That's
when
it.
we get
Exactly right. Yeah.
When, we walk in the door, we can have a shitty day, we can feel like ass, we can
Yep.
go into a show, and then as soon as we turn that system on,
You gotta
it's
check
like
it and-
we hit the
and-
switch.
yep,
And
exactly.
We turn into that character that needs to be there for
Dun, dun,
those
dun,
people
dun,
that are
dun, dun, dun. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep,
And-
for sure. But yeah, no, Todd. So I said all that to say, all the way up until the end, and obviously the bar is no longer even there, which bad deal. That sucks. But my point is, even all the way up till the very end on your last day, they were still saying nothing but good things about you and how you would help them. So that to me, that speaks volumes to the amount of input that you put in on your own to try and help. Not only Cross Entertainment and Kings of Karaoke, not even just all that, but them as a bar.
Right.
You really put yourself out there and did a lot for them, and I thought that was cool. It was fun for me to sit back and watch and see the growth kind of
Yeah.
thing. So
Well, it doesn't matter what job somebody has. You can look at any job any way you want to, whether it's the janitor, who if he doesn't do a good job, then everybody that comes into wherever it's at is going to be dirty. And
yeah,
like I can look at my job and say, okay, well, I do karaoke. It's not essential. It's not,
right,
anything, but, or I can look at it and say, hey, every single person that comes in, they all have a life away from my shows, and so
Yeah.
maybe they had a great day, maybe they had a crappy day, and if all I want to do is just entertain people and make sure they're
They came there
happier,
looking for a good time.
right.
and
They leave better than they came in. Yeah,
and
Happier.
even like so it's not I've never really looked at it like I'm giving people the opportunity to fulfill their dreams of singing or anything like that. It's more or less just like, hey, like I have an opportunity to make people happier than they were before they saw me.
yes.
I mean,
So
sometimes it
it's-
is like that for them, though, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They come in and it's like that few minutes of being on that microphone and in front of those people. Yeah, it keeps the gun out of their mouth.
Yeah, for
Like,
sure,
it really does.
for sure.
Yeah, it's it's just your own attitude and how you look at it.
I think
and-
Todd's always understood that even more than I do. He really does go out of his way to make sure that his shows represent something for the people that come in there every week and every night or whatever.
Right. Yeah,
And
for sure.
It's been a savior for me, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's sometimes it seems like maybe I'm doing meaningless work, or maybe I shouldn't be putting so much into something. But every once in a while, there will be a bar or a event, a wedding or something that everything comes back, and
Yes.
it all it clicks and it makes sense as to why I was working so hard without knowing
100%.
why I was doing it.
And that's part of the building block process and building
Yeah.
relationships with people too, right? Like so much of that venture, I should say, is that untalked about. Just like what I just said. I mean, I wanted to give you kudos, but I hadn't until just now. So that payoff didn't come until later, but your hard work still showed through all that time. And it's the same with anything. If you're doing karaoke and all of a sudden one of the people that come out and does karaoke all the time is like, "Hey, I'm getting married next summer. Can you do our wedding?" Like, boom, there's your payoff.
Yeah.
So it's that constant building relationships and stuff. And it doesn't matter if you're in a band, if you're doing karaoke, it doesn't matter if you're making pizzas. I mean, that's all about building relationships and being a part of a small business. So yeah.
And I feel like I can look at my job and be really fortunate about things, or I can look at it and be just depressed. Like, I hate setting up sound systems and tearing them down, like we were talking earlier.
Yeah,
Yes.
those days are gonna come. Right?
But
Absolutely.
like, I also, when I really stop and think about it, like, I'm working like 4 hours a night, maybe maybe put
And-
an extra hour in there for setup and
Yep.
tear down,
And making the same or more that you would make at an 8-hour job that you hated 8 hours worth of work. Versus the
and
load in of a 4-hour job.
I have all of my days clear to do whatever I want. I've got the only times that I don't have free are like the evenings, which I don't. I mean, the only thing there is to do there is either sit at home and kind of hang out or go out and party.
Right.
And if I want to go out and party, then I can just party at my own show.
Right.
So
Exactly. That's exactly right.
I'm not really missing out on anything per se, and it's.
I get jealous sometimes because he's got his days free. He works so hard, but I mean, he does get to like do what he wants.
Right. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, a lot of people have been surprised that that's all I do. Like, that I've done it for so many years, and
I'm surprised.
but before the
I'm like, fuck if he ever quits.
Right. Yeah.
before the quarantine stuff happened, I was working 6 nights a week,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
He was making more money at Cross Entertainment than I was.
I was. There's no 40-hour a week job that I could go do unless I worked there for like 20 or some years that I could make the same amount of money.
Yeah.
And
But you'd be working twice as many hours to get
Yeah.
that.
yeah, and a lot of it's just because I've put in so much work over the years doing what I do, to where most bar owners know me. They know of Cross Entertainment, that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And it that helps that we can get what we want for pay. It justifies it because we can actually make the bar money.
Yeah.
When we're there and stuff like that. And I think it's kind of like anything. You put in hard work and it'll pay off. Maybe it's not noticeable right away. But
Build it and they will come.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
You don't hear about people saying, "Man, I put in so much work of this over 20 years and nothing ever came of it."
Right.
That's not a common
Right.
theme,
But you will
So-
hear the opposite. You'll hear, "Oh, I was only in business for less than a year." Well, how much work did? Well, I didn't. I probably should have, in retrospect, put more work into it. Well, there you go. That's why it didn't work.
That is
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
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 Kim says, "I wouldn't say what you do isn't essential. You all are part of building the community." Yeah, 100%.
Well, thanks again.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's just a part of being small business. It takes so much longer, I feel, in those building block stages to build those relationships. But I strongly feel that when those are built, they're stronger than, like a big box store, that kind of like, nobody has loyalty to anything like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
a small business like what you guys do or what I do, there is loyalty in that. And I feel like that payoff is bigger. So like what Todd's, saying, like, yeah, he doesn't dig the load in or that kind of thing so much. It's on certain nights, probably more so than others, but same for me. But
Right.
my favorite part of what I do and working with bands and stuff and doing production, and I've always said this, it's like that time, like if the show starts at 9, from 8:55 to 9 o'clock is my favorite time because now everything's all set up, ready to go, and I'm like, oh, this is like watching your kids open their Christmas presents. Like I can't
Well,
wait,
yeah.
I can't wait for everybody to see what I've just given them.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
so rewarding to put on a big light show and
Yes.
and show off everything that you've just got set up.
Yep.
to-
Or your sound system that you've got dialed in, or
Yeah.
A lot of times
new
you
microphone.
find yourself sitting over
Yeah.
on the stool, you know, and you're just kind of sitting there watching everybody just go fucking nuts.
Yes.
And you're like, yeah.
You're like, I did this.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
And
for
then,
sure.
Then at the end of the night, you're like, please don't drive home drunk.
Right.
I don't want to hear about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you want to be responsible for a fun
Oh,
party,
yeah.
not a downer.
I don't know how many times I've been standing at the door. You sure? No, like, make sure you take care, you know.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, in you know, in the however long 10, 20 years that you've been doing this, now we've got Ubers and stuff, whereas we didn't
Oh,
before. So that
I
you know,
love
we have
Uber,
so many
yeah.
more options nowadays, which is so nice because
I should be able to. I should be able to deduct my Uber's rides because I swear to God, I probably spend more money on Uber in a year than I do hardly any other business expense.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, because I don't drink and drive at all, like
Yep.
ever.
It's
And
not.
so
Yeah, it's not worth it.
I Ubered, it doesn't
Especially
matter where I'm
nowadays, like I said, it's just so easy. I mean, you get the Uber app and done deal. Like it's so
at.
easy.
Yeah, if it's more than $20 one way, I just don't drink.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. So you guys have been doing karaoke for quite a while. Would you say that you're pretty good with song lyrics?
Pretty good.
I'm reading them off a screen.
Yeah. You know, that's probably the worst part about being in karaoke the way we are is you're used to that. So doing live stuff, like, you know, because Todd and I like to sit around and, you know, he picks guitar and I sing or whatever, and we can't hardly keep time with each other because, like, it's not the same. It's
Right.
you
It's
know,
not. Yeah.
and you
It's a
can't
whole
get-
different beast.
Once you've been doing it like this much for this long, like
Yeah.
it's hard to get out of that.
Yeah, and it really kind of depends on which way you grew up. And from my experience anyway, like if you grew up as a musician, you kind of, you know, if your timing's a little off, that music, you know, if he's picking with you, like he
Right.
can kind of slow down what he's doing. Versus if you grew up with karaoke and you're used to just right on time every time the same way, and it's always predictable. And
Well, I've
something
never-
happens on the guitar, you're like, what's happening? Like this isn't how this goes. You messed me up.
I've never been good at remembering lyrics. Like
Same.
It's one of the reasons
Same.
why I've got into karaoke. That and I mean, I really like because I did the live music thing back in the early '90s and early to mid '90s, and it was like, God, it was terrible. Like you couldn't keep a band together to save your freaking life. You know, people didn't want to show up for practices. You know, and you talk about that work ethic thing, like when I see bands like, you know, like the Dirty Saints out there playing as long as they have and doing
Right.
as well as they do, you know, it boggles my mind. I'm just like, how do you keep it together? Because
Yeah.
I got so fed up with musicians. I was just like, man, you know. And then I discovered
They're a
I could
fickle
hit-
bunch, let me
I
tell
could
you.
hit play on a karaoke machine, and there was the whole band.
Yes,
No-
exactly. Right, yeah.
Nobody's getting drunk and falling off the stage. Nobody's girlfriend's pissed off because all the women that are around, you know, it's like, boom, I had a band, and so I could just sing. And singing was the part that I wanted out of it anyways, you know. But
Right.
I mean, I got asked back in the 90s to go and perform at the Legends
Oh,
in Branson.
very cool.
You know, once upon a time in the early '90s when I first started really singing country music, I was a very good vocal mimicker of all the biggest names that were out there, and I was a lot skinnier. So,
You know, you said something.
when you
said
went
something,
like this, I looked like Tim McGraw.
especially if you had your hat pulled down.
yeah, so they wanted me to do Tim.
You
McGraw
said
as the
something
thing.
that I hadn't thought about. But when you started, were you doing CDs or were you doing
CDGs, yeah.
Right. So, did you ever have like a Milli Vanilli type moment where it skips and you're just like,
When I mean, no, I did the vocals, but like you know, I just we did the CDG. I don't know. Maybe I'm not understanding what you're saying.
did like the disc ever skip or kind of thing? And like you got somebody up
Oh,
there
no.
singing or something, and you're like, oh God.
No,
Have you had any technical faux pas like that?
no.
How about you, Todd?
I think I've had every technical issue you can imagine.
That's how you know you're experienced.
Yeah, right.
If you
Yeah.
haven't had any technical issues, you haven't been in the game long enough.
I can't
And
remember anything like that. Like,
the worst part is like you're more likely to have these problems at not like your weekly shows that you're the sound system's used to always being set up the
Uh-huh.
same way, or it stays there set up.
Yeah.
It's always like the special events that are really big. Like
Yeah.
if you're doing like a big cage fighting event,
Yes.
and you've done the sound system for the whole thing, and it's the first time you've put that whole sound system together in
It
like
won't
3
come on.
years, or
Yeah.
you
Or
know,
like
or-
the annual Apple Festival, or
Yeah.
that kind of random.
The
Yeah.
computer won't fucking boot
yeah,
up.
and,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
those, so then you're in front of like 1,500 people, and you
Sweating
have to, you have to, and
It's worse at a wedding. Like, I mean, I had a wedding here
It's-
like last year where
When they're paying you the big bucks and stuff's not working.
Oh,
Yeah.
and of course everybody spent every dime they had on
Yes.
everything that's going on, and
They spend every dime that their dad had.
they
Yeah.
were literally ready to walk down the aisle, and
Oh.
all of a sudden the sound system, the people at the venue, they had a power cord ran down to where we were at. We were in outdoor. We were
Oh, boy.
doing outdoor in one spot where they were doing the wedding, and then we had the indoor where we did the reception and stuff. And all the stuff inside was all perfectly laid away, but then we had a cord ran down, and it stopped working. So at the time, I think I don't remember I had broken my toe. That's
Oh.
what it was. I was doing the wedding, and I had broken my foot, and I had this female DJ with me. Todd was working here in town. I had a female DJ with me, and I was like, go up to the totes, and it was like 100 fucking degrees outside. I was like,
Naturally.
I was like, run up to the totes and grab a power cord and plug it into the wall up there and bring it down here. And so she runs in there and grabs the cord and she plugs it into the wall. And she's running down. Poor girl, just sweating to beat all hell. And she's like, gets 3/4 of the way and it's like, dink. And she's standing there holding the end of the fucking cord.
Oh, man.
And I was like, go get another one.
Oh, my gosh.
She
Wow.
runs up there, gets another cord, runs back down there, and she's like standing there trying to plug this thing in, and then she starts to pull the cord, and then it comes apart, and then she grabs it again, and I'm like, tie it in a knot. So she's plugging it in, and then she gets me the end of the cord, I plug it into the system, and I turn it on, and I get everything going, and everybody's standing there staring at us. Fucking everybody.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And and it's hot, and so we finally get it going, and then all of a sudden, like, they walk out the door to start coming down the aisle, and you hear,
Jeez.
and it just gets louder and louder, and I'm
Right.
standing there going, fuck me. I'm like looking at everything, like on the speaker, and and what it turned out to be was that where they had plugged in together,
Mm-hmm.
it was sitting in the damp grass, and it had bled into the
Oh,
line,
wow.
and there was nothing I could do about
Yeah,
it. Like the whole freaking thing, just all the way down. Just
Jeez. I've had so many nightmare stories like that I can't even remember them. Like I've had so many, first of all,
I don't
but
tend
also
to
like I
have
just
those, but that
Yeah.
one was terrible.
man, jeez.
I've done shows with like literally running a generator out of the bar with power cords for the power before. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. But
Yeah.
We tend to, like, when we do things, we don't do last minute bullshit. When
Right.
somebody's paying us $1,000 to be there for 4 hours, we like to make sure we get there early and get it set up and run tests and make sure everything's good. So we don't generally tend to have a lot of issues like that. But that particular instance, they didn't even tell me they wanted us outside with music.
Right.
The fact that we were even able to accommodate it was a miracle to begin with.
Exactly.
But then-
Being over prepared. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
For
right.
sure.
But it
For
was
sure.
it still didn't suck less.
Right? Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
yeah, we're so good now at like troubleshooting that
Yeah.
if a DJ has a problem somewhere, they'll call me, and I can usually within the first 1 or 2 guesses tell them, we'll
How to fix
walk
it.
over to the speaker on the right and
Right.
turn this knob and see if that fixes it.
Yep.
Yep, that fixed it.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
That's a sales pitch for us too. That's what, anytime somebody calls me and then and I give them our pricing and all that stuff, and I say, and they're like, okay, well we'll get back to you, and I'll just say straight up, look, we are not going to be the cheapest. Do your homework, check up on people, ask around. I said, at the end of the day, nothing will fuck your event up worse than who your DJ is.
Right.
If you
Cheaping out and getting somebody
I
inexperienced.
said,
Yep.
we've been doing this so long that we can do it with our eyes closed. So just be careful, because I want your event to be good, whether I'm doing it or not, or whether Tom's
Right.
doing it or not. I mean, I there's nobody I would rather get a wedding and then set the DJ for it to be Todd. Todd's the best in the business when it comes to making sure that stuff goes off without a hitch.
Yep, for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, better than me for sure.
Huh. Very cool. Well, fellas, so let's say we play a game. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right. Since you are karaoke experts, let's see how many lyrics you know or don't know. So
the only thing I'm an expert in is Jack Daniels.
oh boy. Okay. Let's see here. Oh yeah.
Finish the
Oh
lyric.
yeah. Finish the lyrics. Okay, so I've got some jingle bells here for you.
Oh.
So just
Who
whoever
has a bell like this?
right. Like, they were buy one get one half
Oh,
off.
were they?
No. I started a podcast and I was like, "There's nothing. Okay, I can't start until I have two bells."
Well, it's no different than the first time you come up the steps and you set up that band. You had all that stuff, all that production stuff. We show up here and like walk into this room you've got set up, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" Only Jared would have a studio like this
Right, yeah.
in his place.
Yeah, no,
it's
it's
amazing in here.
Thanks. Yeah, no, it's kind of why in the pre-show, like I have a camera up in the corner of the room so people can kind of see, because when they watch this, they're like, "Oh, it must be like wide open and so spacious." And you get in here and you're like sardines because there's so much equipment.
You make it look like we're someplace where this is where you.
Well,
do
good.
this.
Yeah, no, good. It's kind of a mix between
Nice.
just storytelling
we had
and
water on our table just for you out there that you're not here. We had water on our table, and then we had like this.
assigned seating.
If
you
right here
so if you were impressed by the water, Johnny, go ahead and lift your water up and show the people what your water's sitting on.
oh, yeah, you've got your own little the audio podcast. The
Audio Roast
Audio
podcast
Roast
branded coasters.
Yeah.
I won't
It's,
show them the bottom part.
Yeah, yeah, that's the behind the scenes they don't
Like,
get.
You said that. I'm looking at the bottom.
You're like,
holy
ugh.
shit. It's like some things you just don't. You don't need to.
You can't unsee it.
You don't need to see the Oz behind the curtain, man.
They're
Hey, I built an entire company on that.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
there's fans in here. Like it's comfortable.
It was a bit
Good.
warm when we first got in here, but I think that was my fat ass walking up 3 flights of stairs.
3 flights
to
of
get here.
stairs and then just the nerves of like, what have we gotten ourselves into?
Oh, I
yeah.
don't get nerves.
Yeah. Well, good. We'll see
fuck
about
it.
that.
Like I will show everybody my pecker and just be like, ta-da!
Oh God.
I used to get nerves years ago, and then like that somewhere along the way, about the only time I get really nervous at all would be like if I'm trying to sing something I've never sang before.
Right.
Finish the lyrics.
Right. Well, we're going to test that theory, but before we do, speaking of what all I provided, Josh, you're in on the inside of the crowd, if you will. Did you provide them with Pop-Tarts? As a matter of fact, no, I didn't. I went to the store to buy some, and guess what? Shane Jennings had beat me to the punch, and they had none left on the shelves.
We didn't get Pop-Tarts? What kind of
We
bullshit?
had, all the right, exactly. All the crap and debate that you see all over Facebook. We had like a literally 6+ hour debate on Pop-Tarts this week, and it was so great. And we had
I love Pop-Tarts.
people,
S'mores Pop-Tarts.
people popping in and saying, "I can't believe you're spending this much time on it." I'm like, I'd rather spend 6 hours talking about Pop-Tarts than all the other political crap that's out there. Like,
oh yeah.
ugh. Anyway, so
We should start a political show and call it Pop-Tarts.
I agree. We decided we were gonna
We
kick.
would be huge.
If anybody disagreed, we would kick them in the Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, right in the Pop-Tart.
Right. So yeah. So anyway, okay. So let's go ahead and play our game here. Exactly. Make sure that they're all working. Bells R Us was going out of business, so I bought the last two they had. So it's gonna come up on the screen and tell us who and what song you're doing, and then it'll give you the first line, and whoever can be the first to answer the next line. Ring your bell and tell us what the line is.
okay.
All right. You want to know the lyrics?
I thought it said on the road again. I'm like, I can't wait to get on the road again. That is the next line. Shit. Give me another.
Okay,
son.
here you go. You ready? On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Hit it.
Do I get it? Buzz like a zap with a zapper if I'm wrong?
We can make that happen.
It's like, I just can't wait to get on the road again. Playing music
Okay,
with
Todd,
my
do you have a guess?
I have no idea.
No.
music and
What?
my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again.
Well, say that again, Johnny. What did
It's
you
like,
say?
I can't on the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Playing music with my blah blah and my friends.
Man, you're so close,
I
but
know. I'm a story of my life.
No.
If you had any idea how many women have said that to me,
No.
so close.
okay. Let's see what the answer is here. The life I love is making music with my friends.
There you go.
Oh, and right at the mark.
The life
So
I love is making music with
Deb
my
Klein
friends.
got it. Yep. Deb gets a point. 1 point for Deb. No points for
shit. I
no
didn't know we
points
were
for the
playing
Kings of
against
Karaoke. Let's try us another one. Again, keep in mind these are all going to be country from 1980. So
I believe
mean-
in you.
Holy crap. I told you this was the decade in country music where I was too busy drinking and listening to heavy metal.
were you? Oh, I thought you were going to say you were crying in your beer.
No. I wasn't crying about shit back then. I had it by the balls. Still felt good.
Okay, well let's see.
Skinny.
See if you believe in Don Williams here.
All right.
All right. I don't believe in superstars, organic food, and foreign cars. What's the next line?
Oh man.
Fuck me running, man. I got to sing it in my head. I don't believe in superstars.
I don't believe in superstars.
I believe
organic food,
in
foreign
love.
cars.
I believe in
the
mom and dad.
I believe in the babies. Is it something like that?
You're saying all the right words, but in completely the wrong order. I could tell you know the song, and here's I'll go ahead and give this away. The reason why I picked this song is because of that reason. Like there's so many like of these little 1 or 2 liners, and it's like which order do you
Yeah.
stack them in?
It's
And
not as hard to remember the lyrics as it is to like place it like in the song. You know what I mean? You coming straight in the middle of a song or something, and try to-
right,
You know what I
yeah, for sure. Okay, so I don't believe in superstars, organic food, or foreign cars, and I don't see anybody.
mean? Organic food and foreign cars.
I'll give you a hint. The next line, the next start of the line is, "I don't believe."
In fairy tales.
We got somebody on the right track. I don't believe the price of gold. I believe the children are our future.
Josh, you were gonna be a pain.
Oh,
in this
man.
whole thing. I can
Okay,
tell.
let's see here. No, Josh is a great ad on the team here. Okay, yes, Denise got it. My sister got it. Don't believe in the price of gold, the certainty of growing old. That's correct.
Certainty of
Growing old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that song, by the way.
Okay, well, you little serenader, you. Let's see if you know this one.
Oh, lady.
Oh.
Okay, well, you've proven that you know one word of this song so far. You have made me what I am, and we should slow this down because this is a ballad.
Gotta know
You
when to
have made
hold
me
'em.
what I am, and
The lady. Yeah.
Wow. I got
And-
nothing. I'm point blank.
If I wouldn't have dropped my phone earlier, I'd be googling it. Right
I see that.
But it's
I got my phone.
it's on the floor. Man.
You made me what I am. Shit. I'm trying to put it.
Okay,
in
so
song
the
in
answer
my head.
is 3 words. There's only 3 words in the answer.
And O's one of them.
No.
I love you.
No.
Nope.
I love you.
I mean what I am and I love you.
Somebody else beat us again. Pumping 80.
Oh my God.
Joshua.
This is amazing. Okay, so
Once he says something, then you're just like, fuck, man,
Right.
that's in my head. That's got to be it.
Deb says, "When you're with me, I'm smiling." Yeah, that's a correct lyric, but not in
I
the right
am
order.
yours.
I am yours, Brenda, with the wind, and
Brenda Fulbright
I am
knows
yours.
what's up. I am yours.
Makes sense now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about ready to say. As soon as like you see it, you're like, "Oh yeah, of course." But pulling it out of thin air, no.
I was
Right.
thinking it might be I'm Your Man, but
Yeah,
that was gonna be my guess. But
You would have been really close.
All right. Well, that was a ballad. Let's pick it up. Let's try.
Oh, here we go.
Alabama.
Tennessee River.
So many states.
I got to hang out with Alabama with the Brothers Robertson when they opened for them. Like 3 years ago.
Nice.
Sounds about right.
All right. Oh, Tennessee River and a Mountain Man. We played together.
Oh, we play it together any way we can.
Yeah, that might be it.
Any way we can.
Yeah.
At home, any guessers?
River,
And a Mountain Man.
We play together anytime we can.
Or we play together in Mother Nature's band.
Fucking wrong.
If it rhymes, it works. Right?
It's Mother Nature's band. I don't even remember that part of the lyrics. That's crazy. Maybe it's probably one of those things where I've probably been singing it wrong for, 3 decades.
In your face, sucker!
Man, I was so confident in you too.
Right?
Oh, Mickey Gilly. Not even going to happen.
Oh, Mickey Gilly. Okay, so this is obviously this is a cover song, but
Beautiful girls.
okay.
Beautiful.
If the sky that we look upon.
Shall crumble and fall.
Okay, Todd, do you agree? Do you
You
disagree?
didn't ring your bell.
Yeah, nobody's ringing bells.
Damn it. He put all the money in these bells.
Shall crumble and fall.
Should crumble and fall. Let's see if Todd is right. Should tumble and fall.
Sucker.
If it rhymes, it's right.
If the phrasing works, it's right. It doesn't even matter if it
It's not
rhymes.
how the cookie tumbles. Right?
Tumbles.
Oh no. Go back. All right.
Oh,
I love this
Beautiful
song.
sight.
I do too. This is one of the,
music.
probably one of my favorite.
I gotta quit singing because
Early
otherwise I might give away the
Makes me
answer.
Feel good.
I could sing that whole song. I love that.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Okay, so let's see how well you know it. I love to hear the thunder, watch the lightning when it lights up the sky.
Lord makes me feel good.
Bam. Got her.
That's a good one.
Got her.
It's a good song.
That is a good song.
Most of my 70s and 80s country came from my father's alarm clock. He used to get up at 1:30 in the morning and go to work, and his alarm would go off, and then whenever he would finally hit the button and get up, he would leave the radio playing. And so I would lay in my bed, and these were the closest times my father and I shared without him knowing it. Because I would lay in bed and listen to his music.
Gotcha.
I learned all my old music from Delilah.
Delilah.
And Rick Dees.
Yeah.
Rick Dees, yeah. Wolfman Jack. Although I'm losing that. Everything's finally going full gray.
So
You never go full gray.
Deb says that we should sing together. So it sounded like we all knew the Eddie Rabbit song. Should we sing a little snippet of that?
Sure.
Sure. Kick it off. 2, 3, 4. Well, I love a rainy night. I love a rainy night. I love to hear the thunder, watch the lightning when it lights up the sky.
Oh, it makes
Me feel good. Well, I love a rainy night. It's a beautiful sight. I love to feel the rain on my face.
Are you cheating on
Hey.
You have the lyrics?
No, what?
Son of a bitch. That's why he said, whenever we're on, make sure you're looking at your camera. Don't look over here at me. So I can sit over being cheating sack of shit.
Hey, I saw. Speaking of cheating sacks of shit, I see a phone over here. I could see the phone light up reflection on your chin.
If I had to drop
He's
my
like,
phone
I dropped
earlier,
it. He's literally like, if I had.
I'm the only one here that's not a cheating sack of shit.
He's like, if I hadn't have dropped it, but it's
Nobody-
on the
nobody out
ground,
there
and
would've
then
guessed
like it's
that.
like this bright up on his face. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, here I got something that you can't cheat on. So let's play us another game.
Also, is Eddie Rabbit old country music?
Yeah, Eddie's like the real deal.
I just don't
old
think of
country.
him as country though.
Oh,
In so
he was
wa-
certainly in
here-
the country genre.
Here's the
'cause
deal. He was definitely a country artist, but in retrospect, I could see why you say that. Like it
I
seems
mean,
like
that
he could be like a
song-
he could be like a crossover kind of
Yeah.
artist. Yeah, no, I get that.
Like he sounds like Hall & Oates or
Yes.
something like that.
He's got more
like
soul.
Huey
What year
Lewis.
was that
less
song?
twang, more soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What year was that song?
1980.
Was it straight up 1980?
Yeah. You want
I
to
was-
you want a little spoiler alert here?
I was thinking
Can I give you a spoiler?
Yeah.
Every song that you hear today, that's going to be the answer.
Straight up. So you were just like, I'm just gonna fucking Google 1980.
Hey, don't be giving away all my trade secrets.
Never mind, January of '81.
I
We
guess
don't
you
even wanna
didn't.
know.
You didn't send Johnny the same text you sent me.
No, why would I do that? No.
Because I already knew they were all
We'll
from
let that
1980.
motherfucker come here
Right.
and
Well,
fumble around.
okay. Well, I'll be honest with you, Todd. I did. He just, didn't pay as much of attention as you did.
Yeah.
Oh, he knows how that
Josh
goes.
Poole says, "Isn't he from New Jersey?" I'm assuming you mean Eddie Rabbit, and
Eddie
I'm not
Rabbit.
sure, but that would be interesting.
Sure.
I mean, I'll
Maybe.
take it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yes, Josh. He's
He
from
is. For
Charles
sure.
says, Chuck says, Eddie Rabbit is country radio, not real country.
radio country, not real country. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Okay.
He was accepted, I think, on country radio.
It's pop with an accent. Well, and that's what I was saying. Like, in retrospect, I can see it why people would think that maybe he's a crossover artist kind of thing, because he does, like, the tempo and the, just the sounds that are being used instrumentally
I think that's
have kind of
probably
more of
right.
a pop feel. So I get
Crossover
that.
artist is exactly right.
Yeah, I get that. All right, let's play us a game that nobody can cheat on.
Okay.
Google will not be able to help you with this. I promise. Even the folks at home. So let's get to another game.
Or you. Oh, shit. You didn't stalk us, did you? And find he's probably come up with some dirt on both of us, and we're gonna get sideswiped by it now.
I'm just gonna say it's true, whatever it is.
It's got to be true. True. Okay, so this is going to be just a fun little game of guess who the person is. So if you can guess who the person is, it's covered up here in this picture. Their face will be covered, and I'm going to ask you if you know who it is. If you do, that bell that you've got in front of you, ring it and let me know. So good luck, fellas.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, Johnny.
is that Kenny Rogers? Suckers!
Kenny Rogers.
Boom.
Yeah. Let me just say he did not look like that at all in the end. He looked more like this.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
I thought he had white hair.
I couldn't remember. Oh, he did.
I
Turn
mean, he's got white around the temples there, yeah.
I remember one of my favorite movies when I was growing up was Six Pack.
I feel like you could impersonate him, Johnny.
Oh,
Like,
totally.
If
I
you
could
got
sing
a
it.
lot of fake tan and grew your hair out a little bit and parted it.
Scotch
dye
Scotch
my
tape your
shit.
face like
I'd have to
this.
dye all my shit really black. But yeah, I could pull it off.
You could pull off 1980 Kenny
Well,
Rogers.
I mean,
What- hey
a
Johnny,
year
what,
ago I had that hair.
Johnny, what year was this picture taken? Do you think?
80.
I love it. Good man. All right, let's
You can't get nothing past me, sucker.
pre-chicken
Kenny.
Kenny. What?
Oh yeah, well he owned chicken.
Oh,
franchise.
yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, let's try another one.
It's not Dolly Parton.
Oh, I know who it is.
Tis
I know who
not.
it is. Shit. It's not gonna come to me either.
I have no idea who that is.
Okay, I can reveal the face, but not the name. If you think that'll help.
Can we
Probably not.
maybe?
Oh,
just a-
we've got somebody with the right
I
answer.
mean, I can see her face.
Maybe just
in
a
my head.
clue.
Crystal Gale.
Yep.
It did help. That's
Crystal
weird.
Gale. Yes, a lot of.
I mean, I can see Crystal Gale's face in my head, but I couldn't pull her name up. And as soon as you opened her face, I was like, "That's Crystal Gale."
Yeah, so Crystal Gale was growing up somebody that my sister idolized because of her hair. She had that
Yeah.
iconic super all the way down to her ankles, long hair.
Beautiful. I've always had a thing for hair when it comes to women. One of my favorite things about women is
Arm
their
hair.
So do either of you guys know who she's related to? I don't know. I think cousins or something. I don't remember.
Do they have the same last name?
Nope.
I do not
Good.
know.
Loretta Lynn.
Loretta Lynn.
Yep.
She was that means
Nepotism.
that maybe Crystal's Gale's. Hold on, coal miner's daughter. So her aunt was a coal miner, or wait, how's
That'd be
that
an
work?
uncle.
Uncle.
Yeah.
Her uncle. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think her mom was a coal miner. Probably more so her dad, but I could be
Coal
wrong.
miner's daughter. Yeah. So Crystal's aunt would have been.
Something like that. Yeah, and that's right, Denise. Also, Linda Carter is related to them.
Really?
Yep.
Shit. That's weird.
My sister, who is
Secret
younger than me,
society stuff.
wasn't even born in 1980, is kicking your guys' asses. Just saying.
Hey, who's your sister?
We don't need to find that information out.
Whoa.
Let's try another one here.
End her. Gwen.
Johnny.
Glenn Campbell.
Okay. Todd, do you have a guess?
Ron Jeremy.
Perfect.
We can't talk about. Oh, it was the possum. Damn it!
Oh, possum sauce.
They look just like each other, though. You take their face off.
They all worked in the mines like dwarves. Yes, Josh, I agree. Hi ho, hi ho. No. All right, let's try another one.
Well, that's
New Kids on the Block.
Perfect. Johnny?
Alabama.
The Right Stuff. First
Okay,
time.
New Kids on the Block.
Alabama.
Funny story. The guy on the end there, the fiddle player,
Uh-huh.
whenever
On the end, which end? In the blue or in the red?
Well, on
In the leather in the leather coat or the blue shirt?
Right.
There you go. Yep.
that guy.
Uh-huh.
He's sick now. He's had
Yeah,
that
I'm
one
not sure what it is.
right
He
there.
has cancer or something, but like at the concert that I was at with the Brothers Robertson, like he came out and played the show, but it like he showed up looking like he was sitting at home in his slippers, and they showed up and knocked on the door and were like, "We got a show," and he just got up and walked out of the house that way.
Dang. Wow.
And he was like, from what I understand, like he needed a lot of the medicinal
Ah, a little
stuff
helping hand.
to help him with pain and
Mhm.
discomfort and stuff like that. And they had not told the public that he was sick yet.
Oh, yeah.
So like they were out playing the show, and like at one point he comes off the stage, and like he had handlers like waiting for him. And like soon
Wow.
as he was out of sight of people,
Mm-hmm.
they would grab him by the arm on both sides and literally walk him over, and they set him on a what do they call those roll around road cases?
Wheelchair.
Yeah.
I was sitting on a road case watching the show, and then they brought him in and set him on a road case directly across from me. So like
Bumper cars.
5
instantly.
feet
Nice.
from me, and they set him down, and like he's looking right at me, and I knew that he was sick. I had heard, but I didn't like have any interaction with him up until that point. But then like he's sitting there looking directly at me and did not see me.
Dang. Dang.
I was getting ready. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I was going to talk to him.
Right.
and
He
then
wasn't
all-
having it.
And then I looked at him and like
He was
and-
looking right through you.
Dude, I didn't even have to say anything to him, and I could tell he did not see me there at all. He just kind of sat there, and kept taking a drink of water, and like I was like, "Holy shit, that guy! I don't think I've ever seen someone that high in my entire
That's
life."
crazy. So Josh chimed in here with a little bit of trivia. You want to hear what he has to say?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fun fact, they added a fiddle player so they could play in Texas.
They started that.
You were in the middle of your story when that popped up, and I was dying
wanna
laughing.
tell
Good
this.
God. Good stuff, man.
I'm not sure he was even playing the fiddle that night. Like,
Right, yeah, no.
I want to say he was, but I don't know that.
Not
was
100%
like,
convinced.
there
Huh?
might- that
The
might
lead
have been
guitar
a
was
Milli
hot, though.
Vanilli fiddle player. going
That
on there.
was. Yes, sir. That lead guitar was hot.
Yeah, that was one of the last shows he ever did. Like they didn't bring him back after that.
Huh. Wow. Let's try another.
Is it-
Yes, you rang.
Barbara Mandrell.
Reba McIntyre.
Okay. We've got a Reba and we've got a Barbara Mandrell.
I don't think I'm right though.
What makes you say that you don't think you're right?
I don't know. Jawline, I guess.
He's not right.
Keep it under your hat, Johnny. Don't spoil it. Okay, well, Reba is known for being a fiery redhead, so I don't think the blonde hair fits.
Well, I mean, she could have. Boom! Told you.
Point for Johnny.
I got 2 suckers.
I'm not good at these games.
Oh, Denise and Deb got it wrong. Look at
Oh,
that.
Dolly.
Take your little marker boards at home, girls, and uncheck one of your check marks because you got it wrong. You got it wrong. Okay, I feel strong about this one for both of you guys. I feel like you're gonna get this like so quick. Ready?
Ready?
Boom. Yes.
Hello, darling. Conway Twitty.
Been a long time.
I actually have that on my Facebook page. If anybody wants to go see it, the video is there. I sing this.
Oh, have you singing that?
Yeah.
You do a good Conway Twitty.
Hello, darling.
Deb
Nice
said
to
she
see
got it wrong because they all have the same wig maker. I would probably
Right.
agree with that.
Well, in the 80s, yeah, they would have had the
Yeah.
same wig maker and the same. I mean, that is a fun fact. Most of them had the same guy making their shirts. That's no shit.
Deb said David Hasselhoff.
All those shirts with the sparklies and the swirly stuff on the shoulders and shit. That was one artist.
Yeah. Yeah, for a lot of that stuff, you're right.
Yeah. I don't know who he was, but I just know that's true.
Let's try one more here. I know it is not Joe Exotic.
That's not a knife. It is a knife.
Don Williams.
Okay. I will grant you that point correct if you can give me his nickname. What was he known as?
Silver Fox.
Oh, you're so close, but so very far away.
Gray bush.
Gandalf the Gray Bush.
Gandalf the Gray Bush man.
Oh my God, no.
The Fox Master.
The Fox Master. I'm digging some of these names that you guys are coming up with more. I'm waiting to see if anybody online.
I want a nickname, so anybody out there wants come up with a
Charles'
good one.
guess was that it was Indiana Jones. No, this is in fact Don Williams, who was also known as the Gentle Giant.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Andre.
No, I
Yeah.
knew that actually.
Oh, boss.
So I got 3 points. Suckers.
You got 3 points.
I'm going to Disney World.
Yeah.
Bye.
Cash them in. All right, so we've had our hand at trying to finish lyrics that just appear on screen with just words and no music. So let's bring some music into this equation, shall we? The only way that we can get around this, with copyrights and all that crap.
Under like 30 seconds or so.
Well, they don't even like that so much, as we found out. So here's what we're going to do instead.
Oh, that's in reverse.
Yeah. That'll be easy.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
That's going to help a whole lot. I couldn't fucking remember it in forward.
Right.
Now we're gonna
Well, so
back it up.
there's been this. We've played this on almost every episode so far of the show, and if you can't get the right answer, just try to say something in reverse, and we'll probably have to accept that. I mean, just this little. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. We're going to play a little 30-second clip of something. Whoever guesses first, go ahead and chime in, and see if you get it right. So, gentlemen, are you ready?
All right.
All right, so listen close. Now, also, this is going to be in reverse, but remember, even though it's in reverse, you can still kind of pick out the tempo and stuff, the drums, because it'll still have that boom, cat, kind of thing. So, going off of past episodes, people usually struggle with the first one, and then they are able to wrap their head around it and kind of get going. So, let's give it a try.
Is that the devil? Oh, is the devil talking to us? I feel it. All I hear is, sell your soul to the devil, people.
Oh man.
Oh, we got a guess.
It's not as hard as I thought it would be.
Right. So we've got a guess of Kiss an Angel, Good Morning. Did you guys hear that in there at all?
I could see how that could be it.
Okay. Deb says she doesn't know, but it came out in 1980. Deb,
Yes.
you are on the right track. I dig it. You're paying attention and taking notes. I dig it. We also had a guest from Kim, Looking for Love. Let's see. The answer is Johnny Lee, Looking for Love.
There you go.
Yeah.
Kim.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody.
Huh.
Kim smoked us.
Sure did. Hope y'all are keeping your own scores at home, because Johnny's tallied up 3 points. So you got to beat Tree.
That's the possum. See that? That's so crazy.
Well, I will tell you this.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Even though it's in reverse, you're instantly able to tell who it was. You can
Yeah,
hear that in his voice. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, man, we got people chiming in. Y'all better step your game up here in
He
the.
stopped loving her today.
Ooh. Oh, that's. Oh, I think she meant the song in reverse, not you
It's really
singing.
painful. It wouldn't be the first time somebody said that to me.
The answer is. He stopped
Ah,
loving
it is.
her
I'll be
today.
He stopped. Whenever you did that, like, I was like, I could hear he stopped loving her today on
Yeah. It's funny hearing that in reverse because you hear and reap.
Well, you want it. You want
Crazy
it.
how-
Like playing it backwards like that. Even though like I knew who the artist was, it's like you can't. Your brain doesn't want to grab the lyrics.
Yes,
It wants
exactly.
to,
Yeah.
you know.
You almost have to think in the melodies, and even that's hard because then you have to like
Right.
hear what they're doing, but then in your head flip it and try to figure out like where the melody's going and stuff.
Right.
It's challenging. It's one of the
It's
tougher
interesting
games.
as well. That song is also on my Facebook somewhere because
Oh yeah.
I had somebody asking me to do a lot of like old country in that, so I did like several of them. Some Alabama, like Lady, or not Lady. Shit.
Josh says in reverse, he started loving her today.
He started loving her today.
Actually, wouldn't that be like that'd be today her loving stopped he is what that would be in reverse.
Today.
Just saying.
Today her loving stopped he.
Let's try another one, fellas.
Running, keep on rolling. Hey, way. Fuck, I have no idea who that is.
Do you know the name of the song?
Yeah, I can hear the song, but I can't think of it. Wow.
Does it just keep the fire burning?
No, that's a really good. That's a really good guess. You've got you're on the right song. Yep.
Rocky Mountain.
Oh, you're so close.
Rocky Mountain High?
Oh, nope. Nope.
What?
Wrong. You're on the wrong mountain, Johnny.
Rocky Mountain.
Bro.
Rocky
Smoky Mountain.
Mountain High.
Well,
keep
Denise,
on
you're on the right
turning.
mountains, but it's not in the range.
So
It's
Smoky Mountain. Is it Smoky Mountain High?
Smoky Mountain Rain, not range.
Rain.
Yes.
Ah, Ronnie Mills South.
Wrong. You're wrong.
Smoky Mountain Rain. No. Keep on turning. Yeah, that was a good song. I could hear it in my head, but I couldn't pull it out. Dolly Parton.
9 to 5.
There you go. Boom.
Oh, son of a
And
bitch.
just like that,
He got it right. I
just
mean, it
like
was-
that, Todd is on the board.
That was on my tongue, too. 9 to 5.
Man,
Shit.
that was really good. Good job, Todd.
Yep.
Glad to see you on the board.
Yeah, thanks.
Welcome to the show.
Red Bull's kicking in.
There you go. What's everybody drinking out there tonight, by the way? I've got some, what am I drinking? Which one did I do tonight? Oh, I'm doing the Death Wish coffee is what I've got in the cup.
I got purple banged.
Purple banged.
I drank a bunch of coconut berry Red Bull.
Oh, I'm so glad you finished that. I was like,
I drank a bunch of Coke
yeah, right.
on it. Red Bull. I was doing Coke in the green room before this all started.
Right, yeah, pretty much.
Can you tell?
He was doing coke from 9 to 5.
But it's a good thing we're all sober because this will be a whole different show.
Chuck, I saw your coffee recipe. Go ahead and share it with everybody and tell us what you called that because I thought that was great. I can't say that we'll be using it in the future on the show,
Coffee
but
recipe.
yeah, he's got a little coffee recipe. So go ahead and type that up so I can throw it up on the screen here and let everybody see your coffee recipe.
Like he doesn't make it with just burning the beans.
Well, I think he adds. I think the recipe is more like what he adds to the process.
Does anybody want to worship Satan?
Right? Is it just me or is this game?
I can hear Satan talking to me on that
for
second
sure.
one we did.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, whatever you get out of this, Josh, is what you get out of it. Just don't go off and do anything crazy. Like listen to country from 1979 because you're going in reverse.
Yeah,
We're going forward. You see.
Yeah, see.
Deb says tap water. Kim's drinking diet root beer. Kim, I think you're probably the only one watching the show drinking diet root beer.
Oh, in the
Okay,
world.
here we go. Here it is. Just a dash of Hershey's and a splash of milk, and it's called a ghetto chino.
A cappuccino.
What? I saw that and I about fell out of my chair. I'm like, dude, you're doing this all wrong. Just saying. Okay, let's do another one here.
Yeah, the devil's in that one.
Oh, that very last note, though. That sounded familiar to me.
None of that sounded
That was a
familiar.
song?
Yeah, I'll admit that one sounded kind of mumbly backwards. Like it was hard to really pick out any kind of melody. And just like that, Johnny got the point.
Bam! Suckers!
Chuck, really good guess. Love You Forever and Amen by Randy Travis. Good guess, but wrong. You're wrong!
Travis.
Somewhere I've got a you're wrong, but I don't know where it is.
In your face, sucker!
We'll have to go with that for now. Because the answer is, I just love to lay you down.
Wow.
Whoa.
By
I'll be
Mr.
damned.
Conway Twitter.
I didn't hear I didn't hear that song in that at all.
Yeah.
No.
Like I said, the very last note kind of had that sound to it. But yeah, like he's so low and monotone. It's kind of hard to pick that out in reverse. So that's that game. Okay, so let's see here. For those of you that are watching and have been playing along, I'm going to throw to a commercial in just a second. But before or during, while that's happening, here's what I want. Let me scroll over here to this thing, and then go down here to this thing. Comment with the hashtag AudioRoast teammate if you'd like to be a participant in the next game coming up on today's show. So we are playing a game, and this is a game that requires 4 players. And as you can see, there's only 3 of us. Because I'm all-knowing, I have all the answers already, so I'm ineligible to play. So we're going to have Team Johnny and Team Todd. So we need 2 people to use the hashtag AudioRoast teammate if you'd like to play a game and be on their team.
I don't think anybody's going to be on my team because I only have 1 point.
Well, okay, so for those of you with the stronger point tally at home, go to Team Todd. So, yeah.
If you think
Balance
for
it
any
out.
reason you can get a single point, let me know.
Okay, we'll be back in just a second.
Are you interested in being a guest? We want you. Please message or email if you are interested in becoming a guest for the show. We'd love to have music lovers of all kinds join in on our fun. Message and follow us on Facebook and Twitter at the Audio Roast Podcast. Or send us an email with questions, comments, suggestions, or topics you'd like to hear discussed to the Audio Roast Podcast at gmail.com.
All right, and just like that, we're back, and we've got 2 players. So, Denise, you're the first to answer. So I'm going to put you with Todd. Josh, you're the second to answer, so I'm going to put you with Johnny.
Boom. Don't
So-
say anything funny, Josh. 'cause I
So
will go
that is
straight to
our
shit.
team.
Oh, come on, Denise.
So here's how this is going to work. Thanks to me old cell phone, we're going to play a little game. This is the first time that we've played this on the show, so if you guys have watched several episodes, and Josh, I know you've watched like every single one, which I can't say thank you enough for. This is a new game. So let's just see what this little game is here. This is called Virtual Password. The password is. Have you guys played Password?
I'm getting a Charlie horse.
That's
Hold
a
on.
game.
I'm fine.
There's a game called Password.
There's a game called Password. It was a
I'm okay
TV
now.
show. Are you good, Todd?
It went away.
Was it in
Don't
the
let
80s?
your teammate down.
I'm gonna drink some water though.
There you go. Yeah, eat a banana.
That's so much Red Bull.
Or some Red Bull.
Yeah, you know. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. We've got Todd and Denise and Johnny and Josh on a team. So I'm going to give you a one-word answer. I won't give you the answer, but the answer is one word, and you will take turns with your teammate using one-word phrases to guess the word. So I'm going to start up a quick little group chat here. And boom. Got it. So Denise and Josh, get ready to check your inbox. I'm going to give you the first word that you're going to try and get Johnny and Todd to guess. So you cannot use the word itself, but you have to use a word or whatever to try to get them to guess this word that I'm sending you. And this is how we play virtual password. So I've sent the word. We've got to wait for that cute little 30-second delay. Josh says, "Let's go, Johnny Cross."
Let's do it.
And Deb says, "Oh boy, this looks fun." It is going to be fun, Deb. You know why? Because you're here watching it. So,
Does this have to do with country, or is it just whatever?
well, surprisingly, this is going to have to do with country.
Okay. Bam.
Not necessarily from the year 1980. This is just like kind of country-themed answers.
1980 was the only year I studied.
Well, you know. Okay, so here's how this is
Finally
going to
gonna
work.
get a point.
I'm hoping that they've gotten their message here. I realize that this is going to take them from the live feed, but you should get a notification on your phone that you can just read. You don't need to reply to this. So the way this is going to work is Denise is going to say give her first hint to Todd. Todd will get a chance to try and answer. If Todd doesn't get the answer, then Josh will try to get Johnny to answer the same question using a different password hint.
So I just have one guess.
One guess, and your answer, your guess is going to be one word.
Okay.
So, okay, and I've got confirmation that they both got it. So, Denise, go ahead with your first clue to Todd, and I'll throw it up on the screen here for everybody to see. I just want to hear that music again. It's very not country, but you know.
I guess we still have that 30-second delay, huh?
Yeah, you know.
She's still waiting on you to say that to her right now.
Can we use that?
I like that.
On it. Okay, so here's your one-word clue, Todd.
Okay.
Farm.
Livestock.
Okay. Livestock is
No.
not correct. Josh, let's. Sorry, it's slow. That's okay, Denise. We got all day. Okay, so Josh, let's see what your one-word clue to Johnny will be. The first clue was farm, and his answer was livestock, and that is not correct. So it's got something to do with farm, livestock-ish. Deb says the suspense is killing me. Me too. Okay. Well, Josh didn't put it up, so I will put it up here. If I could spell right.
So this is going to be like a song.
No, not necessarily. Okay, so Johnny, your hint is deer. First clue was farm. His answer was livestock, and this is deer.
Wow. Farm deer. Deer farm. Deer.
Deb says marijuana?
Uh,
No, Deb.
Conservation?
Wrong answer. It is not conservation. Denise, we're ready with your other clue. Josh, prepare. Don't hit send, but prepare another clue.
This is hard.
Yeah. I should write this down because I'm old and forgetful. Okay. Here we go. So Denise's next clue is vehicle. So remember,
Tractor.
tractor. Boom, we've got a right answer.
Son
Tractor
of a-
is the word.
It was John Deere. You get it.
Yes.
Hey, we got a point.
The answer is tractor.
Track.
Okay, and so on the reverse of this is how this is going to work. I'm going to grab me old magical marker here. And I'm going to put a word down and show it to the boys here. And Denise and Josh are going to take turns in guessing this. So, Josh, you will... Don't have long hair. You'll end up eating it. You will get to go first. Johnny is going to give you a clue to answer that question. Or that's the answer that you're trying to get them to guess. So,
Give him one word.
one word to try to get them to this answer.
Okay. Do I give the word first?
Johnny's going to give the word first to Josh. And then, yes, Deb, that's correct. The password is... I can't say.
Let's see.
Because this is live. There's no post-production. This is live.
Dressing.
Dressing.
That's the word I was going to use.
Oh, wait. You're pretty well screwed then. You better hurry up. Okay, so Johnny's clue was dressing. Dressing. I'm going to try and speak the same way. I wish you guys... Have you guys not seen Password, like the old show? He always talked like this.
I do
The
vaguely
password
remember
is-
that. That's like
Yeah.
the 70s or
1980. Come on.
Is
No,
it the
I
show?
don't know. I don't know.
it's a long time
It's
ago.
it's from way before then. It was probably from the 60s because I remember.
Oh, so close.
Betty White. Okay. Josh says salad. Incorrect. Okay. So, Todd, there's the word again. Do you have something to give to Denise for a hint?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude. That's my word.
Dude. It's a good hint. I like that. Wow. Whoa. Okay, we got new comments.
Oh,
Ranch. Denise got it for the win.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're killing it.
All right.
I don't know what's happening here.
Okay, so Denise and Josh, here comes your next clue. It is sent, so check your messages. And we will wait for that 30-second delay.
Yes.
Betty White's husband, Alan Ludden, was the host of Password. That's correct. And you know what, Deb? My favorite dynamic with that is everybody knew that they were married, but they never really acknowledged it on air, per se. They would always say, Mr. Ludden, what are you doing after the show? And that kind of thing. And Betty would reply with, oh, I don't know. Where are you taking me? And that kind of stuff. But it was always heavily implied, but it was never actually said on air that they were husband and wife, but they were for a long time. And that's why she was also a common guest on the show. Abigail, my cousin, writes, we used to play Password in middle school drama class. That's very cool. Did you have anybody that said, the password is virtual?
The password.
Also, this is, I think it's Jimmy Fallon plays a modern version of this sometimes.
Huh.
So, yeah. Guess I should have waited for his clue. Okay. Okay. But I guess I don't get the dude. It's a dude ranch.
Dude Ranch.
Yeah, you know. Dude ranch. I was going to say Thanksgiving. Well, glad you didn't.
because you'd been wrong.
Oh, sure would have. Okay. So we were waiting on Denise to give us the clue for this word. The password is not that. We have played Heads Up 7 Up, not really the same game. I remember that too, and I don't remember a lot about that. I just kind of remember it. But I remember you had your head down and your thumb up, and somebody would like come by and touch you, like, and it'd be all creepy because it'd be sweaty and wet and gross, and you're just, oh, don't touch my finger.
And then you had to guess whose
Whose
thumb
thumb
got
got
put down.
Right. Yeah. And I don't remember really the point of that, other than probably the teacher had a hangover and just wanted quiet
No
time
shit.
with no lights.
Probably.
You kids just
I don't know if that was only in
do
my
the
school.
thumb thing.
I don't know if that was only in my school, but yeah, we always did it with the lights off. So it
I
was-
actually thought about becoming a teacher once upon a time.
Did you?
but I thought, man, I could totally bullshit my way through that for like years before they even caught on to me.
Okay,
Have
so
summers off.
Todd, here comes your first clue. Your first clue is shoes.
Boots.
Oh, we got a correct answer.
Of course we
my
did. It's
God.
country.
What kind of bullshit is this all set up?
What kind of boots shit
Like,
is this?
We gotta get Johnny's attitude in check after the
Um,
3 points. he
Are
got
we
in there.
tied, or have I won yet?
You you have Denise got
that.
ranch, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got 1 point, and then you just got another one right there. So yeah, you've got 2 points. Johnny, you got zilch. So, Johnny, we're gonna give you a clue, and we're gonna have Josh try to guess this first.
Come on, Josh. Come on, Josh.
Let me grab my other little.
Smoke 'em.
Oh, here we go. This is what I was looking for.
I know we're getting screwed, Josh. I think we gotta bring it. The heat.
The password is
Mm,
that.
Oh.
okay.
Okay, Johnny, your one-word clue for Josh is
Bass.
bass. The clue is bass. If you only had seen the show, you would know that I'm killing this little accent that I've got, this shtick that I've got going. His guess is bass. Oh, 3-0. Yeah, check your...
Son of a
Yes,
bitch.
you are right.
Charles.
Charles, it is 3-0. Good job. Thank you for being the scorekeeper. Thank you for being all the right that needs to be right in the world. Do not drop your pen because
Perfect timing,
you're,
Charles.
you are you're doing a good job of what I'm not. So, okay.
That's what this world needs, a little more honesty.
Right. Okay. So, bass is the clue. Josh, what is yo guess?
Come on, Josh. Come on, Josh.
I feel like we're about to get this point too.
Think so?
Probably.
You think he's going to miss it?
Yeah.
Probably. Fish.
And the survey says,
Hey, Anthony. let me have
Anthony's a survey.
let me have a conversation with our judges here. Anthony. Okay. So here's the word that they're trying to guess, and that's the word that he guessed. Does he get the point?
Told you I was gonna get the point.
Oh.
No, you can't.
He says no, and I'm just gonna go ahead and spoil it without even having to give a clue. Denise got it right. Fishing.
Son of a...
Josh, that was very close, but unfortunately, you have to take it up with my special guest over here,
The survey.
or my special judge, not my special guest.
One's a verb, one's a noun. They're not the same.
Oh, he's doing the whole verb and noun
yeah,
argument.
technical.
Sorry, Josh, I picked the wrong damn judge this week. It's a verb, not a noun.
I couldn't verb or noun my answer. Couldn't be
Okay.
like bassin. Bassin fishing.
Bass. Guitar. No.
I couldn't go. My dad used to do this shit all the time when I was a kid.
Denise and Josh, your next word is coming to you. It's
Virtual.
Denise says, "Yes, I love you, Anthony." Chuck says, "Anthony is the judge. That's dangerous." I could not agree more. I could not agree more. Chuck, tell us what the score is, buddy. You're the man. I'm giving you the ref shirt. You're our guy tonight. So, spoiler alert.
I don't
The
know
score
how we-
is 4 to Goose Egg. Okay. Josh has got the word.
This is rigged.
It is absolutely not rigged, sir.
This is like mail-in voting.
I feel like I should guess it wrong just so Johnny can get a point.
A sympathy point. I like it. You guys work well together.
Mm.
Got that
Okay.
before.
Well, they're not working together. That's the problem. Put Todd and I on a team. Put us up against Denise and Josh.
Right.
And see
There
what
you go.
happens.
Okay.
Boom. We will
Um,
eat you.
I don't know if that's your word or not, Denise. I'm going to say that it's probably not. But maybe it is.
Is she describing me? What kind
No.
of bullshit?
I don't know. Okay, so Todd, I'm going to let you guess this first. The first clue is round.
Say Johnny. Say Johnny. Suck up.
Round.
I feel like that's kind of a not good clue.
Lasso.
Okay. Lasso is
Incorrect. No. See, now I get 2 clues.
But can you get 1 point?
Listen,
can you
I
get
did not.
a
and-
single point.
I did not antagonize you, and you were down 3-0 earlier.
All right, here you go, Johnny. Your clue
I didn't
is
antagonize it when you're 3-0.
dueling.
Round dueling. Banjo.
Boom!
There it is.
Banjo
No
is the
more
correct
goose eggs
answer.
for us.
Banjo.
Ba-da-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
We've got just a couple more of these here. Let me write down the password for Todd and Johnny. And Josh, you were going to be the first one to guess the
Mm.
this here word.
You should get 2 clues.
That's the
Mhm.
the thing, the answer. So, gentlemen, Johnny, give Josh his clue for that password.
Shit.
Remember, you can only have a one-word clue. And it's also 4 to 1.
Mm.
You got to be careful and not give a clue that is gonna
Right.
give,
Because if
give
you
it to them right
exactly, yeah.
Because I know 2 clues in, and I mean he'd have this, but Nashville. Oh shit! I just
That's not the right one.
Tennessee.
Well, that's how
I
you
meant
give
Tennessee.
more. So, Chuck, take this point and shove it up Johnny's ass and give it to Todd. The password is Nashville. Nashville!
Oh.
No, this is not how you play the game. Gosh. Man. Okay.
Crap.
Well, here we go. Now I'm going to have to get on the horn here
Oh,
and give
man.
them their final password for them to have you
Don't
guess.
say Nashville.
Yeah. The answer
Give them the final.
the answer will not
Nashville.
be Nashville. Okay, so real quick, Johnny, what were you going to say? Were you going to say Tennessee?
Tennessee. Yeah.
Okay, and then Todd, if they got it wrong, which they would have, what would you have guessed or had them?
Whiskey.
For Nashville?
No, for Tennessee.
Okay, but the thing was Nashville.
I thought we switched it because.
Oh no, you got the point. You won because
Nah, fucked it up.
yeah.
I gave the answer. right out of the gate. I gave the answer.
So I
I
think
just,
I think from here on out on the show, anytime that somebody f's up, we're gonna call it a Nashville. Johnny Nashville.
It's
Johnny Nashville.
probably like music or
Oh,
city.
crap.
There you go.
One of
Yeah,
those
yeah,
two.
yeah. I was thinking
I said
capital.
I said I wanted a
Capital.
nickname. There it is.
Yeah.
Johnny Nashville. It used to be called
Oh,
Jackass.
hang on. We've got a new segment called "Here's a Telemarketer." Let's have some fun.
Perfect.
Let me put them on.
Hello?
Hello.
Is Kelly there?
Who?
Kelly?
I'll be Kelly.
Yeah, just 1 second.
Hey, what's up? You there?
Hello.
Yes, we had a bunch of shirts made for Dub here a while back. I got your number from Debbie.
Yeah.
We heard you was going to sell your silk screening stuff and equipment,
Okay.
and we want to know exactly what you had and what the price and stuff is on it. And I'm going to hand the phone to my son now.
Perfect.
Okay. I'm not really sure. Can I have my secretary give you a call whenever we get back in the office on Monday?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. And is this a good phone number for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. You have a Nashville nice hot day. What the hell? Trying to do a podcast here, and
Screen print.
this is I
I
have
gonna
ordered
go
zero.
shit.
I mean, unless that was Dan and Tara from the Unsung Dreamers, who we had T-shirt conversations about. But here's the thing. I won't tell you what my area code is, but it is not even in the state of Missouri. So whenever I get a phone call from, like the robos that are like next to your number kind of thing,
Yeah.
I'm like, nah. If it doesn't say 417, I know you're full of crap.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
don't
great.
ever answer the phone unless I know who's on the other end.
Chuck said, I thought that was Trashville. No. Okay. So we're back to the game here. Denise, your first clue for Todd is picket.
Fence.
Oh, we got a right answer.
Oh, fuck me.
I mean, I just want.
I knew what it was right as
I
soon
knew
as
what it was. I just really wanted to say Wilson.
Pickett Wilson. Yeah.
Wilson Pickett.
Pickett.
There you go.
line, a picket
Yeah,
line.
I like it. Okay.
He's not country.
Now, Johnny, here's the deal. This is supposed to be Todd's turn, but since you Nashville'd the last one, I'm
Hot
gonna give.
sauce.
I'm gonna get. I swear. I hope that sticks. Since you Nashville'd the last one, I'm gonna give you a chance to redeem yourself.
Oh,
Now,
all right.
don't say this word.
Out loud.
But there's what the answer is. Now give them a clue on how to get there. Josh, listen in. Here's your clue.
Moo. That's so cheap.
Johnny's
Said one
cheating.
word, sucker.
Yeah, that's correct.
That's an onomatopoeia.
Nice hot day.
Yes. All right, Josh, if you're still awake, tell us what your answer is. Cow.
Yes.
Yes. And that is how we play.
Boom. Now we're even.
I was gonna say udder.
That's how we play.
I just like the music. Although we should be
That's how we play virtual password.
eating mushrooms and listening to that. Shit would happen.
Do they have mushrooms there in
We should
Nashville?
do that like one day. Just do a 3-hour show after we just eat a bunch of mushrooms and be like, "Holy crap!" I've never done mushrooms, but
So
I
the final
assume they're
score,
good.
Chuck says the final score is 5-2. So Todd, not only did you get on the board, you've totally
It's
dominated
actually-
the board.
It's actually 5-2
take
in
it.
Nashville. Technically,
I mean, technically, you didn't even follow the rules. So okay. So let's do another little segment here. This is let's take a break from the games. I say this every time I introduce it, but I'm going to continue to because this is how the show was born. This is what the show was going to be in its entirety, and I decided to make it more of kind of a fun game show kind of thing, almost like a late night talk show format. So this one isn't really a game, but it's called Covering Covers. This is a highly debated segment, you might say, because some of the people that are going to be featured in this, they might be really good. They might be great musicians and sound great. And on the flip side of that coin, they may totally suck. So we're going to have the chance to either roast them or toast them. There's going to be a randomizer that's going to generate, and hopefully will not cause my computer to decide to crash like it's done in the past 2 weeks. So I'm going to hit this randomizer, and Johnny, since you Nashville'd the last game, we're going to give you a chance to Memphis your way back onto the board.
Memphis.
So here's a little something we like to call Covering Covers. Okay, so if I call you, it's a 6-2. Okay, don't Nashville you. Okay. Put that in your podcast and smoke it. Yes, Denise. No, but they have mushrooms in Nashville. Okay, so
I've eaten a cow before.
have you? I have too. A whole? Have you eaten a whole cow like in one sitting?
No.
Okay, all right, good. That's good. Okay, so Johnny, I'm going to hit this randomizer whenever you feel it's convenient or whenever you are feeling it's a spot and you don't want to whammy. Just say stop, and we will stop it.
Stop.
Good Old Boys by Blair Whiffen, as done by Waylon Jennings. Okay, so before we start this video, let me give you a little insight here. This is uploaded by a man named Blair Whiffen. He has 721 views. He has 306 subscribers. And in the About section on his YouTube page, it says, you ready for this? This is good.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to the Blair Whiffen YouTube channel. Check out my Cape Brenton-related uploads or my Just for Fun karaoke and dance videos. Serious music lovers will want to browse my various playlists featuring the best and popular music. Please subscribe to my channel and visit my webpage featuring my glitter art at www.glitterartshack.com. So we've got a dancer, a glitter artist, and a karaoke king.
For serious musicians only.
Multi-talented.
For serious musicians only. So let's check out Blair.
All right, Blair. Holy.
Just a good old boy,
Where's the glitter?
never meaning no harm.
Nope.
If he saw you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day he was born.
Spit out the marbles, boy.
We're flattening the curve,
Flatten the curve.
and flattening the head.
The what?
Someday the mountain might get him, but the law never will.
Never will.
What?
For making their way,
The only way they know how.
well, that's
Just a little bit more
Little
than the law would allow. He harmonizes with us well.
It's like he had a
Is that good or bad?
he had a mullet and then he cut it off. It looks like.
Right. Yes. And now he's quarantining and screwed.
I had that same haircut when I was 14.
Did you?
Yep,
Did you have those shades and those dance moves?
probably.
He had that shirt when he was
There's that,
14.
if you go on my Facebook, like way back in 2008 or 9, there's a picture of me in a cowboy hat, sideways, like with the profile and glasses, remarkably like that on.
I want to beat him with the Dukes of Hazzard box set. Charles, you were killing it.
good old boy.
Good old boy.
Okay, so whenever you guys have somebody come sing karaoke and they sound like this, do you have? I mean, I'm sure it happens all the time. Do you have a term for people like this? Like, is this a Karen? Is this a
I take a
If
smoke
we
break.
had a term, it would probably be, oh fuck,
Yeah.
because you see
Nashville.
you see them walk through the door, and the first thing you do is just go,
you can
oh.
clock them before you even hear them. Yeah. The password is Nashville.
Well, the thing is we make everybody feel welcome. You know, we don't ever sit over there and make fun of anybody like out loud or anything. So sometimes you get people that are that bad that are regulars, and then you
Oh
just
man,
kinda,
yes.
like, it's what it is. You know, I've had people come up and be like, "Why do you let them sing?" And it's like,
Yeah.
"Why do I let you sing?" Like,
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. Risky business in the karaoke world? I think so. Josh says, yeah.
right? Go dig through his website. You probably got one of those.
Probably. All right.
Sliding around.
Todd, let's give you a turn here. Whenever you feel comfy, tell me when to stop.
Okay. Stop. Man.
Autumn Poultry, Seven Bridges Road,
Seven
as done by the
Bridges Road.
Eagles. Okay, so let's look at the stats. Autumn Poultry, this YouTube channel has 40 views on this video and 23 subscribers. And it says during the guys' live stream on May 16th of 2020, so this is pretty recent, they let Megan join in on a song, and she loved every second of it.
Sure you did.
Their words, not mine.
Wonder if poultry's a stage name.
I wonder if they get stage fright. You know, are they chicken?
That guy's really good at singing that one note.
Okay. I'm trying to focus on the sound, but the first thing I'm seeing is like all the stuff. Like I feel like they went to Guitar Center and said, "Hey, I need the Dad Band entry level kit." So you got like all your iPad stands and your monitor on a stick. Just screams Dad Band. Sorry.
I could actually play this guitar part.
Can you? I think these. I didn't see, but I'm wanting to say these guys are from Nashville.
Of course they are.
Well, the guy in the middle hasn't changed notes yet.
No. Yeah. He's sticking to his guns.
You find a note you like, stick with it.
Chuck says, "Autumn poultry, chickens of the fall." Yes. These have the same vibes as an elementary talent show. Abigail, I agree. I agree. Except for these guys have had 50 years to perfect their craft and have decided not to.
Just gave up.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a roast, not a toast.
I keep waiting for that day to happen to me where I just like give up. I'm just like, all right, fuck it.
I'm just going to call it in from here on out. I'm a Nashville-less all the way home.
I'm like, because that moment is gonna be fantastic.
Right, yeah. Here's the deal. We care too much. You will never get to have that day. You just won't.
People will be like, you remember that fucking time Johnny Cross just gave up? Wow.
Yeah, I think
He
he's
Nashville the shit
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
that.
exactly.
I feel like I've been around karaoke too long. Like, the guy found a note that worked in the key,
And he stuck with it.
so like I think
Yes.
he's good.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. There's somebody in there in that mix that was like, okay. And everybody else around him's like trying to feel.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
where's
way
that note
worse.
at?
It's
I
way
was trying
worse
to
when
figure
the
that
note's
out
not in
right
the
off the
key.
bat that somebody was, but I mean, honestly, we've heard that song get butchered way
sure.
worse than that.
Oh, sure. Yeah. No, I'll be honest. This is like probably one of my more interesting episodes with this game, having you guys on, because a lot of people don't have the patience for, if somebody's on an off note or something is just stuck in that zone and can't get out of there.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, okay, God, my ear's next. And you guys
Yeah.
are just like,
We just
like some.
we just turn it off. It's like fuck it.
Yep. We'll
We
try
get
another
paid
one
at the end
here.
of the night.
Chuck says, I can't wait to go to school tomorrow and tell someone they Nashvilled it and not explain.
Just walk away.
Yes.
Just walk away. Leave
I
me standing
agree.
there going.
I agree. Nashville the shit out of this. Okay.
Then when I Nashville the shit out of life, then they'll be like, oh, that's what he's talking about.
I said school, but I meant work. You Nashvilled your own thing!
You just Nashvilled it.
You can't.
Way to go, Charles.
You Nashvilled your own gimmick.
It's
Oh my
called
God.
karma for your scorekeeping earlier.
Right. Yeah, exactly. the lead was all out of his Nashville pencil. Okay. All right, Johnny, tell us when.
Win. Holy moly.
Drive My Life Away by Rapid Nation, as done by Eddie Rabbit. Okay.
Oh, shit.
So, little something about this. Rapid Nation, this was uploaded on May 23rd of 2020. So, again, another very recent one. This video, as of when this was put up on this show or whatever, was at 318 views, and they have 40 subscribers.
We're going to make them famous.
Right. So, with those kind of numbers, right off the bat, Johnny and Todd, do you think that we're going to roast them or toast them?
Toast.
Going with toast?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would eat a roast with them.
Are we toasting them and telling them good
right
job, or are
now,
we
I'd
roasting
eat a
them,
roast.
telling them they Nashville the
God
shit
damn,
out of
boy, a
this?
good pot roast
Okay,
would be
so
amazing.
it says, a salute to Eddie Rabbit and all the truck drivers out there. Thank you. A tribute to my father, a man who has sacrificed everything for his family. A true hero, still driving and still providing for his family today. And then
Already toasted him.
Kevin Capanella on vocals. Okay, so let's see what Rapid Nation is all about. I mean, props for the production. Put some work into it at least. Oh,
Yeah.
oh God, what are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Step
He believes it. Jared Isaac's production value right there. He's got it rocking.
Step away from the green screen. Hey.
Hey!
Hey.
Yeah,
I'll toast that.
good enough.
You gotta keep it rolling. Hit it.
I'm driving my life away, looking for a better day for me. Ooh, I'm driving my life away, looking for a sunny day. I like it. I dig the shit
Chuck
out of
says he loves the psychedelic country. Yeah, you know. I dig it. They need more than 40 views or however many.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's
Yeah.
I dig that. I like it a lot, actually.
I like that a very lot. Like, yeah, that's good
I
stuff.
called it. Boom, another point.
It's better than the chicken one.
Hell yeah. I had a better stage name too. I was like
Right.
So
so-
Canella or whatever.
That just reminded me of something. So, you know, okay, who sang that song? Do you remember?
Eddie Rabbit.
Okay, so remember how we were just talking about how much of a crossover artist that was? Look at how easily that translated into like that psychobilly country
Yeah.
kind of thing. I
I
think that speaks volumes to what we were touching on earlier with, you know, that being kind of more of a crossover song.
don't know if that guy's got more music that's that good, but I mean, I could see that
Yeah,
hitting somewhere.
I agree. So go check out his channel. Whatever the hell his name was.
We just
My
made
notes
you
are-
famous, sucker.
I'm eating my notes, so I don't know.
We want that. We want those royalty checks whenever they start.
That's
rolling
right.
in.
That's right. Okay, so let's see here. Todd, you did that one, right?
Johnny did that.
Johnny did. Okay, so Todd, tell me when.
When?
Honky Tonk Blues by Copper Ridge. Charlie Pride is who originally did this.
Charlie Pride.
Right.
Okay, so this was uploaded April 14th of 2016 by Copper Ridge, and they have a grand total of 584 views.
It's had some time to marinate.
It has. It has. So are we going to roast them or toast them, do we think?
We're gonna roast them. Yeah. If it was
Okay.
good, it would have been viewed more by now. It's a lot of years.
Good analytics.
Maybe it's just bad video quality.
Could be. Is that Macaulay Culkin? I'm trying to see.
But he's got a mullet.
I mean, not bad though.
Yeah, that is a mullet and a half. Oh, hey. Hey, we got two females on guitar. I dig that. Oh, she's
Killing
playing
it.
lead. She's
Killing
playing
it.
lead, too.
Solo, baby. Watch her. She'll start playing it with her teeth in a second. You're gonna be like,
Yeah, that's a good band, I'd say.
That's a hell of a nasally draw.
Yeah, he puts twang in it.
I can see myself in a country club and then playing that and me not going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Passes the what the fuck test.
Yeah, it's good.
So I just saw this. This is from the last video. Josh said, "Is he driving one while on LSD?" Chances are pretty high
Yes.
on that one.
Get it?
You know, I did in Nashville that transition. He does a good Hank 3 country style voice, but the music is meh. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Maybe it's a bad song choice.
You didn't catch that
Sounds safe.
guitar solo?
Yeah, I thought she did pretty good on the guitar
I was
solo.
like, damn.
Yeah, yeah. Johnny, hit us again with another. Got to get my countryness going.
Right.
Gear kick back up over here. Give us another one. Tell us when.
Man.
Damn.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
Okay, Less Than Leaving by Zecker 1. As done by Dottie West. Okay. Yeah. That I'm around.
Watch him
Knock me down. Okay, so Zecker 1 has 111 views and 79 subscribers. I don't know when this was uploaded. It has no date, which I don't know how you're able to do that on YouTube, but, you know, whatever. So are we going to toast them or are we going to roast them?
Roast.
Roast. Todd, what do you
I'm
think?
roasting their name right off the bat.
Yeah, I would agree. Name value alone, you could do better than that.
Zecker.
I'll blindly toast them. Shit.
Uh-oh. Big fat Teddy.
How about that timing?
Oh, that reverb is.
That's overkill.
Although that's
He's not even playing. I mean, his fingers are playing so fast, and his voice is going slow. Or
I'm high as shit. And I'm singing this song.
Josh said he needs more reverb. I agree, Josh. More reverb, less cowbell.
Yeah.
I agree.
Too dry.
Oh, that timing was awful.
In the karaoke game, we joke about how you can fix a lot with reverb. You
Right.
can't fix that bullshit.
No, he tried. He tried. It didn't work, but he tried. All right. So I'm so bad. Chuck, keep score again. Whose turn is it?
Todd.
Todd. Okay, Todd. Tell me when, buddy. Now. Could I have this dance by Bear Tracks?
By Bear Tracks.
Okay, this was uploaded September 1st of 2019. They have 536 views and 117 subscribers.
Nearly a record deal.
It's going to be good.
Pert
Yeah.
near.
Make
So
this one
this,
famous, too.
according to them, this is Bear Tracks performing "Could I Have This Dance" at the Southern Greenville Bluegrass Festival.
With a
Try
name
saying
like
that
Bear
one time
Tracks.
slow. And this is their first time doing this as a group.
Oh,
Well,
So,
sometimes the first time is the best time.
hold
oh
on to your
God,
seat,
oh
folks.
God, tell me. Yeah, sometimes the first time is. Sometimes the first time's the only time.
It's true.
Right. You're like, fuck, we should keep doing this.
Right.
And then, like, the next time, you're like, ooh, shit,
we shouldn't
find
have done
something else.
that.
I
Yeah.
regret doing that.
Okay, so are we toasting them or are we roasting them? Do you think? First timers.
Toasting them.
Okay,
I think it's
you're ready to
it's
roast
going to
them.
be good for them, but not for us.
Okay, I dig it. I that translates.
Hey, my sex life.
That translates perfectly well. I understand exactly what you mean. Let's check them out.
Oh, shit.
We got a chick playing bass.
Wow, this is even a festival.
This looks like a funeral. What's up
What?
with the flowers?
She looks hot. And then, like,
Yeah.
they're like, you know how we can get chicks? Let them sing in our band. Can't get any closer to her face.
Why does she look so sweaty?
You know what she had to do to get where she is?
She had to go all the way to Nashville to get here to the
And learn how to
Greenville
thump a
Festival.
bass. This dance
Not bad though.
for
Yeah.
the rest of my life.
They sound good, except for Johnny over there in Nashville and the hell out of it.
They sound like they're high as shit.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this fiddle player. He's like dying to play his part here. He's already getting trigger happy.
He's ready.
I think he lost his place.
Yep.
He's like, oh, let me just adjust my mic and make it look. Here he goes. And more help.
Oh, man. I don't know why you were giving me shit. I was the best part of that fucking video.
You really were. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be honest. That wasn't too bad. That really wasn't too bad,
I really
especially if
should-
that was their
I
first
should
time.
track them down and join their band, I think.
I agree.
I would fit right in with the three guys. Middle-aged white dudes.
I like that old bluegrass style. I bet with better audio, it's not bad. Yeah, in fact, as that was playing, I cut a lot of that bass out of there because it was like very bass heavy. Yeah, so we're gonna do one more little thing, but before we do, I want to. Well, I tell you what, we'll throw to this little commercial gimmick, and then come back, and I've got a couple more questions for both Todd and Johnny before we head out and play our final game. So be sure to go check out our friends at the Unsung Dreamers podcast, the musical journeys of the not so rich and famous. They do a live chat on Thursdays at 7 o'clock. They also have a actual audio only version of podcasting that they do deep dive interviews for local musicians and stuff around the Springfield area. So be sure to check them out. I think they're going to be starting that back up very soon because of all the quarantining and stuff that's been going on. They've obviously had to kind of put that on hold. So yeah, check them out. Live every Thursday at 7 on the Unsung Dreamers page. Okay.
I like them, Dan and Tara.
They're good peeps, man. They're good peeps. Okay.
The other night they invited me to come over and get naked, and I was at work.
I saw that. So did you go ahead and get naked, or did you?
Not at work.
Okay, good, good. I was like, well, you Nashville'd
I normally don't work nights.
yourself right out of a job. How about that?
They said we could make out and everything, and I was like, son of a bitch. Story of my life.
Right. We've lost a
made work
scorekeeper. I got to run to the store, so I'll play on my phone, but it can't keep score. Okay,
You
so
gotta run to the store for what?
well, I can tell you what he's got to go for that chocolate syrup and the whatever else to make the ghetto chino.
Ghetto chino.
Yeah, I only 2 added ingredients, and I've already forgot one. So
Water,
that speaks volumes to your ghetto
chocolate.
chino. Yeah, I think he added water.
coffee.
Okay,
and
so I've got a couple of questions here for you before we play our last little segment here and wrap it up. You guys also have a podcast, live show kind of thing of your own. Will you guys tell me about that and where people can find that?
Sideways Live with Johnny Cross and Todd Beeman.
Mhm.
We haven't been on there in a minute. We did some stuff there at the beginning of quarantine, but that was really out of drunken boredom.
That's actually how this whole podcast started. I was bored out of my mind with not having any shows to do in my production
A lot
business.
of podcasts popped up.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, I went live and had so much fun doing it, and I was like, oh, I could do this like all the time.
But
So-
I tell you, like honestly, the podcasts that popped up in that time frame are really freaking good.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
We did a bunch of singing and stuff on ours.
Oh, cool.
We did ours live at the actual venue when we started it up. It was Donnie Cockrum and Joe Bridges were doing a show, and then we had already had an idea to do a show, and then we did their show, and then they were supposed to come and do our show, and then they didn't show up or something like that, and then we were like, fuck it, let's do a show.
Yeah.
So we did a show. We didn't even have a name. Our first show, we didn't even have a name.
Now, is this when you were doing it like at Step?
Stepchild Lounge.
Right, and then it was almost like a pre-show kind of thing
Pre-show
before
for
like the
karaoke.
karaoke kicked
Yeah.
off and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, we had a good time. We did over a year.
Yeah.
A lot of episodes in the bag. We were doing it every Wednesday night.
Yeah,
and-
for sure. I saw the episode that you had some of the Dirty Saints on. You had, I think, Scott and Jeff
you were
on there.
on.
I was.
Yeah,
How
you
about that?
came
Yeah.
on.
Old Death May Die.
Yeah.
Was in the building, looking straight out of place.
You showed up in makeup, and we were like, "Holy crap, that was awesome!"
Yeah. Don't go home without it. At least not for that band.
Yeah.
So you said, are you guys going to pick that up again here soon, or
We
are you still
we
coasting on a
haven't
break?
We kind of talk about it, but like we just get so busy, and it's like, I want to do more like what you're doing, putting the technical stuff into it, and that just takes for us it takes money because neither one of us are going to be doing all this stuff that you do.
Right. Yeah. No. As you can see, it takes a hell of a lot to get
And that's
to get this
kind of
shit
it.
show on the air.
For us to do it, especially when we do it live at a venue, we got to drag all this equipment
exactly.
into the venue
Yep.
and do it and stuff. So Todd does it. I mean, that's really the thing. And Todd to do all the work. And
Yeah, and he already told you how much he loves load-in.
right.
Brenda Fulbright says, I had fun on Sideways Live. Yeah, you guys had Brenda on there too, talking
Yeah.
about photography and stuff,
Yeah,
if
there
I
were a lot
remember
of
correctly.
people.
Yeah.
It was a really good time, and I like doing it. The problem is wiggling it in. We can't, it's like getting a set schedule, and you always do yours every Sunday at a certain time, and and then the Unsung Dreamers do theirs at a certain time, and
Yep.
us getting ours in there at a certain time as well.
Right, and like you said, and when you're mobile with it and you have to go to a
Right.
venue and set up, like, it's bound that there's going to be something pop up that's going to slow you down and you're not
We
going to
end
get
up
to
having
start
a
on
lot of
time. And,
technical issues. Like if we had like a technical person to follow us around and help with that stuff, and then we could just do the show, it'd be a lot more fun, and we could probably just do it. But
Right.
we end up having issues with the damn cameras. That's how we got the name of the show.
because it all went sideways.
Well, the first episode we shot it, and it came out on Facebook sideways. So we were like this the whole time.
Oh.
And
Do you want me to tell you why that happened?
We know.
Oh, okay. Well, here's
we didn't know we didn't know at the time. We just started the show, and then like we were in like 10, 15 minutes, and somebody was like,
I'm tired of
your
looking at
sideways.
Right. So the reason I asked that because I've recently started going on tirades about this because it's a simple fix, but it's easy to mess up. So why did it go sideways?
It was the camera aperture. It was set on the camera to be straight on, and we thought it was like we could see it on the camera. It was straight up and down.
Yes.
We were right, but then the way when it refolded through onto Facebook, it was just on its side.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
mean,
maybe that's a
we
little
didn't
bit
have
different.
like you've got computer screens so that you have monitors to see what it is they're seeing.
Right.
And our first show, we didn't do that.
Gotcha.
We just did the show, and then like after after the fact, we're like, holy shit, the whole thing was on the side.
Okay, so I've said this before. So for those of you that go out and see bands and stuff, and I see this happen all the time, and I'm not mad at you, but just get it right from here on out because I'm about to show you.
Don't make me do this again.
Okay, so when you get ready to go live, you're going to hit your little go live thing, and it's going to pop up until, I know you can't see that because of the big old glare. But anyway, it's going to tell you, type in description stuff. Type in your description like you normally would. And the problem that people make is they'll either just hit go live and then just film this way, which is a big no-no. Look at my screen right now that you're watching. Like, you see how all the videos are shot this way? So people will hit go live when it's like this and then turn their phone. And then their phone's yelling at them saying, turn it back, turn it back.
Yeah.
Well, you're screwed because you've already hit go live. So if you want, go ahead and type your little, hey, we're watching whatever band or we're doing whatever, and then turn your phone sideways first and then hit go live, and you're good. You're golden. That's all you've got to do. It's an easy fix. I don't know why Facebook doesn't make it easier or have detection to say, hey, I'm turning my phone sideways, but they don't. So it's an easy thing to get right. That's my soapbox. I'm sorry.
So set your phone, then go live.
That's right. Set it and then go live. All right.
I think we had the phone like leaning up against some shit that
Right.
because we were supposed to have guests, and then we were just like, well, screw it, we're just gonna do this thing.
Just kind of a bull
It was their
session.
show. We were supposed to be doing their show.
We were supposed to
from
be
Step
guests
Show.
on their show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They just
Oh,
didn't,
wow.
They didn't come for
We had
whatever. I can't remember
advertised
why
it,
they didn't
so
come. But
since
yeah,
we had
right.
advertised it so much, and like
We
there were
advertised
people
the
there to
show.
watch and everything.
Oh,
we're like,
man.
well, I guess we'll just go live then.
Right.
And then we just made
And
it
then
into
it stuck.
a show.
Yeah.
And it got really popular, and we got a lot of viewers and a lot of people on.
Well,
you can find Sideways Live with Johnny Cross and Todd Beeman on Facebook. We
There
have
you
a
go.
Facebook page for it. And then we had some sponsors. We had Black Market Smokehouse was helping us out with it. They started, providing food and stuff like that, and we did an episode from there. But like I said, hauling that shit around and doing all that stuff, it's so much work. And when you get out there and we're wanting to go on camera and be happy and go lucky, and instead it's like we just drug all this crap in here and it's hot and it's like screw it.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's a lot more work. That's why I'm like,
Todd doesn't drink, so
I'm very thankful that I'm able to keep mine set up through all the time and not have to worry about messing with it. So
I
Makes a
drink,
big
so I get a few drinks in me. And I'm like, I fuck it, whatever. Let's just do this.
Todd's
thing.
over there dying.
Todd's over there like, I hate everything right now
yeah.
because we're not getting paid for it. Like if somebody started like, hey, we'll give you $200 an episode,
Right.
we'd be there.
Same.
See you there.
But yet here I am.
See you there. And we could probably get there for
With the
sure.
love of the game.
Because we had like when we stopped doing it, we had like 4 companies that were wanting to get on and sponsor us, but it was just like I can't remember, something was going on that time too. We had a lot of crap going on, and we were just like, and then of course,
I've just never really
COVID happened.
like I've never had, I don't know, just the desire per se to really just go out and do like a show type thing.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it's just because like I spend enough time working like center of attention,
Yes.
And
Well, and you already said you don't really feel so comfortable being that center of attention.
yeah, I mean,
And
it's
there's
just
nothing wrong with
not-
that.
Like, it's not that I get like nervous or anything. Like, I'm totally comfortable around large crowds and stuff
Sure.
like that. But I just feel like I don't know. Like when everybody's putting the attention on me, I feel like I should want that if I'm going to be doing it. You know?
Gotcha.
Like,
Right.
if I'm in a band or something and I sign up to go do a show, it's because I want people to hear my music
Right.
or whatever.
Right. You're signing up to be the center of attention.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like I do that enough, and
yeah. I could tell you,
So-
whenever I started mine, it was like I said, mine started because I did just a regular Facebook Live just out of pure boredom when the week 2 hit of quarantine, and I'm like, God, I'm dying because I'm so used to being so busy, and I had nothing, and
Well,
so I'm
you
like,
evolved quickly.
thank you, yeah. I was like, oh, there's potential here. I need to do something with this.
Yeah.
But so I wanted to say that because after I went and did my first episode, which that was a very good, fun train wreck. There was a lot of things learned on that, but my big thing that I took away from that was as soon as I hit in broadcast and finished my live, it was like the sinking feeling in my gut, like now I'm a content creator and I have to have something every week. You know, I have to have an idea and I have to be at the ready, and just like, oh God, that pressure, like instantly. Yeah. I mean, as soon as I hit end live.
Yeah, and especially when we started doing it every week and having new guests and everything, it's like you don't want to just ask everybody the same question, or
right.
You know,
all things considered, we got really lucky. We had as long of a run as we did.
Yeah,
considering the content, you know, because it was, you know, doing that every week, and then having people. Most of our guests showed up.
Yeah,
that was surprising.
And
I really
doing it in a bar, I mean, was such a loose. I mean, sometimes you would have people that have been at the bar all day drinking.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was about ready to say.
Come running in there, and you know, just so it was.
It's hard to have structure when you have a random drunken run-in by.
Well, there was nothing about Sideways Live that was structured.
Well, I mean, true.
Other than maybe a start time or a finish time,
or the two of you being involved in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, and I kind of like that about the fact that the crowd could come and sort of get involved in the show as well, and you know, and it was all fun. But sometimes we get in there and people would be like, "What the fuck are you guys doing? Like, why? You know, we're over here drinking, having. We want to listen to music on the jukebox, and we can't because your ass is here." You know?
Yes.
And you're just
yeah. Yep. You're pissing in somebody's Kool-Aid at that point.
You're like, shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of, I mean, it's like the people that watch the show, sometimes it's for things like that they would enjoy, because you could just hear people in the background bitching or being drunk, or and us just being like, shut up, we're trying to do our show, and like things like that.
We're doing a show over here, man.
It was probably
and they're sitting there at home watching along going,
yeah, it's probably funny.
Glad I don't have to listen to that shit.
Yeah, it wasn't like the actual like content we were bringing as much as just the everything that was going on with it. That was probably more
it was honest,
entertaining.
It was
to
live
watch.
and it was honest.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, there's another issue right now is like you can't just say whatever the hell you want to say anymore. Like, and that happened fast.
Yep. That's why I like to come up with my own words and use them as workarounds. You know, like Nashville.
I've never been a filtered guy at all, and neither has he. He certainly hasn't. I can't tell you how many times I've had people come up to me and be like, "You know what Todd just said to me?" And I'm like, "Damn." Perfect timing. That's about what happens in my head, and I'm like, "Well, I can only guess."
Right.
Good luck. Doesn't he work for you? oh, you have no idea.
Right.
I have no idea what's about to come out half time.
No, he does not.
It's like, and if I get mad or something, like, I don't say normal things when I get mad.
No,
it's not just like I hate you or something. Like I'm and
I
have no control over it. Like the weirdest things come out, and like I'm just like, I don't even know why I said that. It's
I'm gonna
weird. Like
literally punch you in the face next time you do that, and you're just like, holy shit.
Yeah, like if you don't stop, I'm gonna come over and stick this pin so far in your nose.
Josh says,
and people are like, what?
Josh says, you got the podcast thing down now, Jared. It's almost like it's by the numbers. Yeah, that's an insight for the Unsung Dreamers watch-alongers.
Right.
See, I make my own words up, I'm telling you, and I just go with it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Print it on a T-shirt. Unsung Dreamers, go alongers.
I've almost started a screen printing business.
Or watch alongers. Oh, funny. We got a phone call about that. I'm going to get in the printing business too. Why not? You know.
Yeah, why not?
Call them back.
There's money in it.
Yeah, you know. That was so random.
Especially if you're witty and you got shit to put on the shirt.
Right. Yeah.
I can come up with 6 or 7 shirts every time I get drunk. I've always said I need someone to just follow me around with a notebook and just start writing shit down, because I don't remember it, but it's always fantastic gold.
There you go.
I can usually get 6 or 7 drunk people to take off their shirts.
Hey, I'm down for that.
He is very talented in that department. Like, that's Johnny Cross finishing up that song. Don't forget, ladies, he likes titties. And the next thing you know, it's like titties. And I'm like, what just happened?
Okay, let's play our final little segment here before we wrap things up. This is another new one, and let me tell you, we've put all the funding behind this. So I hope
So all the ad dollars are in this moment right now.
Just
Perfect.
watch for this. This is gonna blow you away, folks. Oh, there it is. No sound or nothing. We're gonna flux you some money. Okay, so here's yeah, I told you all the ad revenue has paid off, and that's where it went. Okay, so I'm gonna theoretically I'm gonna give you each $100 right now. One for you and one for you. And you are going to book your own show. We are going to book your own show using the people that were featured on the show tonight. So out of that $100, you've got a whiteboard in front of you with your names on it. You can scrub your names off and write down how you would spend your $100 if it was 1980 and you had to book your own show.
Do I keep it secret from him?
I don't think he's going to cheat off you. I mean, he stomped you on all the games.
I won the first round.
Listen here, you Nashville the next one.
Well, there you go.
Well, let's let's see here. I've got another whiteboard. I suppose I'll play along too. I need
some $10 people on there.
Yeah, same. I should have prepared a little more and put a list together myself, but I don't even know. Because there's some good ones. Who else would I see? Okay, well, I would have to do... shit, I'm over budget.
Same. Can I borrow $10?
Right. Johnny got $10 he could spare.
Nope.
Damn it.
But I'm dead on.
Oh, man. Okay, well...
I got 3.
Oh, crap.
Hell yeah, suckers. I don't have the show I want, but I mean, I've got a pretty good one, I think.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to redo mine.
Now that you saw mine.
No, I haven't seen yours, but I've Nashville'd the shit out of my budget.
Nashville'd my budget to death.
Okay, speaking of crossovers, some of you might notice that the Eagles are on there. Yes, I'm fully aware that they're a rock band as well, but they were actually on the country charts in the year 1980.
Hell yeah, they were.
So take that. Put that in your podcast and smoke it. And I've got my final one. I'm like you, Johnny. This isn't exactly the concert that I had imagined, but, you know.
I think mine's pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. Let's go back to our full view here. So, Johnny, let's see what you've got. What do you got on your show? Who are you going to see?
Shitty handwriting.
Oh, boy.
Boom.
Okay. So you've spent, oh, God, I can't see nothing. Johnny Lee, so you spent $20 on Johnny, $30 on Eddie Rabbit, and $50 on Alabama.
Alabama. Greenbow, Alabama.
Yeah. That's actually a good show. I dig that.
I know. There'll be boobies at that
The
one.
only one that I question is Johnny Lee. He had like the one song that I know of.
That's why
However,
he's
everybody
the
else,
opener.
everybody else down there, I wouldn't go to see if they were free. Sorry. Just they're not high on my list.
I almost went with Anne Murray, but Johnny Lee fit with Eddie Rabbit in Alabama better.
That's true. What a good promoter. You could tell your promoter skills are shining through. Todd, who'd you put down?
I had 2 different scenarios.
Oh, okay.
That's my first scenario.
Okay. Willie Nelson for your $50, and Waylon Jennings, who was at, where was he, $40? Ooh, and Johnny Lee. Okay, a perfect $100 spend.
Or this one.
George Jones in Alabama, just a twofer. I dig that.
Yeah.
I dig that. I should have done a double scenario like that too, because I started out with I keep on purpose saying Alabama, and I almost said it again. But
Alabama.
Alabama is who I wanted to put down, who I had down and had to erase because I was $10 over budget. So
you bailed on Alabama. For
I did.
over $10.
I know, right? So I had to swap them out for the Eagles at $40. Add another 30 and see Ronnie Millsap, and add another 30 and see Eddie Rabbit.
That'd be good.
I would dig to see. I really wanted to see Ronnie Millsap, Eddie Rabbit in Alabama, but
That's not a bad show.
we're on the Nashville budget, so couldn't do it. The Nashville budget. All right, well, that about wraps it up here, fellas. My final thoughts for today are a big thank you to Johnny Cross. Thank you for being here. Todd Beeman, I very much appreciate you at the last minute coming and saving my day and being here with us on the Audio Roast podcast.
I was kind of surprised because he's hard to get.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear. He's in high demand.
When you ain't putting money in his hand, he's hard to get.
Right?
It was one of those days.
For sure. Okay, so as a recap, next week is our 4th of July celebration. We're covering all things, all songs, all everything will be 4th of July / America / Independence Day, whatever themed show next week. And we'll have Justin Larkin from Mood Ring Circus here sitting in the hot seat, along with another person that does not like to be the center of attention, but I took his arm and I twisted the crap out of it. And we're going to have Tom Hembry from Eye Candy LED sitting in the hot seat as well. And we're gonna put the buns to the fire, sort of say. Also, don't forget, after this episode, I will upload a playlist on Spotify, on the Audio Roast Podcast Spotify account. That's a mouthful. Of all the songs that were featured today. So check that out if you want something to listen to and you like the titles and stuff that were involved in today's episode. Let's see here. Last minute, let's wrap up these comments. Some of these acts would not be able to appear live. Okay.
Oh,
I should have caught that earlier because now I don't remember what we were talking about. The Eagles twice and a Coke each at each show. $100. Bam. Okay. Well, okay. If I will say though, if you saw the Eagles twice and they were at the $50 mark, you don't have money for a Coke.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to show some boobs. Eagles and Dolly Parton. I dig that. And Josh said I would pay to see Zombie Kenny Rock. Golly. Yeah, well, Okay, so that being said, I want to say have a happy and safe 4th of July. Don't shoot your eye out.
Don't you shoot your eye out.
And whatever you do, make sure your sense of humor is strong and your cup of coffee is even stronger. Thanks, and take care, everybody.